trying TikTok too.
돼?
몰라. Hey everybody.
No, you need to be on the thing.
Hey,
Have you ever been
everybody.
on TikTok live?
No.
Yeah,
Hey
you need to.
everybody.
Hi guys.
Welcome
hi,
to
guys.
Anna KPC Live. Hello.
Hi. I'm sorry about last week because I literally just overslept. I woke up at like 10 and we start at 10 and then I was like, oh fuck. And then I was like, can we do it tomorrow? And then
Yeah.
he was like, people are already here. So yeah, sorry. Literally no other excuse than I just overslept. But we're here now.
Hello everyone.
I have 2 shots of. We have to. I got
Oh,
iced
thank
tea.
you.
Yeah, but I got 2 shots of coffee in mine. I don't understand how David functions without caffeine. I don't
would die
wake up.
if I had that much caffeine.
I've already had a cup of coffee at home before I came here. This is my second.
Oh no.
How are you doing? Let's do some catch-up talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually saw him 2 days ago.
Yeah.
on
I
Sunday.
told the fam.
Oh, okay.
No, actually I didn't. Yeah, I told that we met on Sunday, but I didn't tell them what we did. So.
Are we allowed? Can we say or no?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Because it might not go through.
What do you mean? It's okay.
It's a bit up in the air.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. Well, we went to
Let's
see
not get into too details.
2
though.
details, but we basically went to see.
Wait. Let's look at the responses. People might
Wait,
be thinking of a weird thing
why?
right now.
Why?
Because we're like, can we talk about what we did this weekend?
Oh, we had a 4th child. That's what happened.
Just kidding. Okay. Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
I mean, but just before we start this, like we still get crazy comments about on
Yeah.
our every single live, like, oh yeah, David is in love with Anna, and that's why he's devastated that she has a boyfriend, and we laugh about it every time
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
People are still delulu and will want to believe what they want to believe. But anyway, yeah, on Sunday we went to look at possible Airbnb options.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a bit like 50-50.
Not as an Airbnb. We're gonna stay together in.
No. We want to be the
need
we
to
want to rent
specify.
one. I see. We want to be the ones owning.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want to have it as like maybe a side hustle. We're
Yeah.
not gonna go into an Airbnb together. Oh no.
Yeah. So we had like this opportunity from a person I know that owns like a bunch of Airbnbs. And
You said he has like 100.
Yeah.
He's hella rich.
Yeah, he's hella rich. And I thought that connection itself is luck too. And it's like opportunity is when luck,
Presents itself.
presents itself, and you're prepared too. You need to have the money, right? So I was like, yeah, let's maybe explore the options, and then he said we could make a good, a lump sum of money. So we went
But
to the
I
place,
do have to talk to you afterwards, but I'm still like 50-50
Me
on
too,
it.
me too.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what we did, and then we went to Five Guys after, had
Yeah.
some burgers. I went to church before, and yeah, what did you do?
No, when I met him, because it's in Gangnam, and it's like literally like in the main street, like near Kakao Friends. And then he was like, I'm in the Olive Young, and so I went into Olive Young, and I was like, David, like you know how it's like 3 stories, and it's like hella busy. I was like, how am I supposed to find you? He was like, no, I'm outside, and I saw him outside, and then he looked so tired and like almost like a homeless, like raggedy, because he kind of somewhat presents himself for these lives, but like on Sunday he looked like literally almost homeless, and I was like, this is David.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna look homeless when I'm looking for a home, right? Airbnb. So,
But
anyways.
yeah, this guy, he has 100, and he's like a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, and now because there's like a huge crackdown on Airbnbs in Korea, he's relocating most of his assets to Vietnam.
But I saw an article that said from like 1st of August, the Vietnam Airbnbs have all become illegal as well.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like, what's he? 그래서
Yeah.
내가 약간 it's like a bit iffy.
I guess the Airbnb business as a total is going down, so there are risks for sure. And he also told us be cautious about it too. Like he warned us of
To
the
like
risks.
to do it legally. There are plenty of people doing it illegally, but ideally you want to do it in a proper way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
without getting in trouble.
Yeah, so starting from last week, October 2nd, there's a new law for Airbnb owners that if you don't have like a hotel accommodation registration license, registered license, it's illegal to own an Airbnb. So in order to get that license, it's extremely hard to meet all the criterias. It's almost impossible. It's
Yeah.
almost impossible. So if you're coming to Korea and staying in an Airbnb, there's a 90% chance, I think over 90% chance that it's an illegal accommodation.
And technically, you're only supposed to rent to foreigners.
Yes.
And not Koreans.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Only to foreigners. Either it's a hanok or it's like a huge guest house or whatsoever. If it's not that type of thing, if it's like an individual, I don't know, like one room or office hotel you're staying in, it's almost always illegal. So, yeah, there's no like penalty towards the customer, of course.
No.
But yeah.
But anyway, also yeah, last week we were supposed to talk about it, but he was outright looking for a girlfriend on his Instagram story.
Who?
You.
When?
When you were talking about your Coldplay tickets and you were like, oh, the only thing I need now is a girlfriend.
No,
and I was like, David, wow. Wow.
I revived the memory. You are so dead on this live stream. Like there were so many people. Like Fatin texted me and he was like, what did you have to do to like make her post this or whatever? Like in some.
But the thing is, I'm being a good wing woman.
No,
I'm helping
like,
you out.
I was. Just,
I don't understand why
it
it's
was
like
just a figure of speech. I was just joking, like, oh, all I need is a girlfriend to go, and then she was like,
yeah, but you are not
pimping me
You
out.
were half joking though. You're
No.
kind of serious.
I wouldn't look for a girlfriend on Instagram on a public Instagram story. Like that's like very beta male
When I
behavior.
saw that he posted on his story and he was like, oh, all I need is a girlfriend next year to go to this concert together. I was like, wow, David. And I was like, okay, I'll throw him a bone. I'll help him out.
No, I would have appreciated if you asked first, like, oh, do you want some help? I can repost this, but you straight on went for your entertainment over there.
I have a lot of influencer female friends, very pretty friends. I mean, most of them are taken, to be fair, most of them. But you never
knew
know.
that
Someone
and
might
you
be like newly single.
No, you just did it for the entertainment. And also, like, the way you marketed me was the worst way ever.
Why?
Because I don't know if you guys don't know, but
I put 1992 and I put INTP.
first of all, 1992 is very old. Considered very old.
It's not old.
No, it's considered very old
It's
in
not
your
old.
age. No, not like in the younger age. It's considered very old. Second, Christian guys are very, very avoided.
I mean, I have Christian girlfriends too. They're party
So
interested.
the pool is like there's like this much. You have it, and then you have it, and you have it.
I mean, being Christian, that's like something you have to deal with when you're in your dating pool.
But
so.
you don't have to market me as a good 1992-year-old Christian boy. That's nice.
Did
That's-
I spoke the truth. Did I make up any lies? No, I didn't. Anyway, I got some responses,
No,
and like
come-
even from guys being like, "Does he swing both ways?" I was like, David is the most hetero person out there. He does not swing both ways.
Like, I would have given you a pass if I was marketed right. But you messed
Okay,
up on the
tell
marketing
us,
part.
how would you have liked to be marketed?
I don't know because I haven't
Come
thought
on.
I haven't thought of it, but not
Tell
like
me.
a 1992-year-old Christian boy.
I
He's
mean, we
not-
have to reveal your age. You can't keep that hidden.
Yeah, why is my camera lagging? I don't know. Every time I touch this mic line, it lags. Sorry about that, but anyways.
Yeah, so I mean, I was really helping him out, so.
I look like a desperate guy on Instagram that has Coldplay tickets saying like, I'm gonna give these tickets to you if you please come to me to the concert
I'm
together.
begging on my
I'm
knees."
begging. I have a $130 ticket that I can spare with you. Whoever wants to go with me, I'm gonna die alone other than that. Like
I
so.
mean, but you still have not like a second person for your 2 tickets, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah,
So.
and then yesterday I was going through a whole Coldplay phase because I was getting into pre-mode. It's like April.
It's
but,
ages away.
Yeah, it's April, but I was getting into that mode because
Okay.
Jin actually went to the Busan Rock Festival
Okay.
the weekend, and he was all hyped about like this rock music, all these indie bands coming from Japan and all, and apparently it was like. There were like 15,000 people or some 50,000 people
Oh, so
in
lot.
Busan,
Oh.
and it was like the hottest place on earth, next to the fireworks festival. and there were so many girls over there. The gender ratio was 8-2, like girls being the 8. So
Really?
yeah,
At a rock festival?
yeah.
I would
yeah.
imagine it's more guys.
I would imagine that too, but apparently girls care more about Instagram, so they were there to get
rock
like
festival,
yeah,
interesting.
whatever. But yeah, so he was all hyped about it, and then we started talking about rock and the current scene, and I got into Coldplay, and I was like, oh, this is so good. Who should I listen to this with? And then I was like imagining, and Jim was like, you got like 6 months, so go for it, blah blah blah. But I don't know.
I mean, I can think of possible options in my head, but
What possible options in your head?
of girls you could take,
The people who DM'd you?
and just people that
Who-
we both know, David.
No, I don't. No.
And I've
No.
and I've suggested other people to him before. He's like, no, she's not my type. He's very picky.
I don't like
He's
pickles,
very
so I'm
picky.
picky.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm like, well, if you're gonna be that picky, just stay single forever. You know.
Hey, you gotta be picky. You gotta have some standards, right? Like a relationship is a very serious thing. I'm gonna pick as much as I want. I'm a pick-me girl, a pick-me boy.
Pick me boy.
Yeah.
Wait, does David know Subini?
What do you mean? Do I know Subini?
Yeah, Subini's single, I guess.
Nah. Let's not. Why do you guys, if there's like an opposite sex on screen, why do you always have to ship? That it's like a
Shall we call her? Maybe.
No,
she's
no,
like-
no, don't.
She might be sleeping. She wakes
Yeah,
up at like
let-
10 to
yeah,
11.
Let's not interrupt her. Please.
She's gonna laugh her head off.
We've already been through this route
Mm-hmm.
before on live, and then she was like, she was like, oh, I like oppas though.
You are oppa.
No, she means oppas. You know what I mean?
She means rich oppas.
No. I don't wanna say anything. She said oppas. You know what I'm saying, right? And I was like, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, whatever that means. Yeah.
So anyway, speaking of like beautiful girls, I think you wanna like this news.
Oh, someone
Get-
said ask Lana out. Oh, Lana out.
Who's Lana?
The girl I interviewed on
Oh.
KPC. Yeah, maybe.
How old
I'm
is
just
she?
kidding. She's like way under.
Way
like,
younger?
Yeah.
She
like,
was so beautiful.
under me, like 97.
Under you?
Yeah, like younger. Yeah, I'm stuttering because she's so beautiful. I'm
She
just
was
kidding.
so beautiful.
Yeah, but I'm sure she has like truckloads of men like
Yeah.
lined up, so I don't want to get in that line.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a free parking
Hi.
spot, on the 3rd floor or somewhere. Yeah, I don't got no time to haggle hustle for like a premium spot right in front of the door.
Yeah, David likes the Karina type. That is true.
Oh yes, Korean Air flight attendant. Yes. Yes. I've been having this craze towards.
Yeah,
flight
he
attendant.
was always saying to me like, I want to try dating Korean air stewardess.
Yeah, if it's Korean Air, it's better, but like it doesn't have to be Korean Air flight attendant. So anybody who knows a flight attendant, specifically international
Okay,
flights.
talk
yeah.
about what kind of professions your ex-girlfriends have had in the past.
I don't
Have
think
you? Okay, fine.
people are gonna call me like. I can't lie,
No,
so.
don't lie. Was there like a one that was like your favorite? Do you have a preference for jobs?
Well, my current ex, she was okay.
Your
Like,
current ex.
my most recent ex. What does that even mean?
Current ex?
That's like so confronting each other. My recent ex.
Yes.
Sure, her lifestyle was okay.
Do you want to share or not really?
She was in, let's say, the athletics field. If you can even call that athletic. I don't know. Yeah.
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 She was like self-employed.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
freelancer.
I need someone who's either self-employed, who has her own lifestyle, who's buried in her own work as well. That didn't apply to her though.
I mean,
But-
that's one of the reasons why he wants to date an air stewardess,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they fly and they go on trips all the time.
Exactly.
So they can leave him alone while they're in the air.
Yes, because they forcibly need to be left alone too because they're like 12 hours disconnected,
Yeah,
right?
so it's like, oh, for this 8-hour flight, she can't text me. Oh, yes, freedom.
Yeah, and then I have a 3-day window for her to come back to Korea, and then we can go on dates like once a week, and then I don't have to be that person to say like I'm so busy. Can we just see once a week? And then but that's like
That's why he
justified
wants
on
to
her
date.
end. Yeah, it's the perfect profession, right?
I mean, I think I'm going to make a separate Reels or TikTok about this, but I recently had this idea because I've dated in terms of like profession for guys.
Yeah.
In terms of what's the best for dating, because I've dated software engineer, I dated finance bros, I've dated current doctor.
All the bags.
No, but like there's like pros and cons to each of them. I've never dated a lawyer, so but out of those three, it's like which guys are the busiest, which guy has the most time, which guy treats you like what. They're all different.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna make content about this.
Wow. Imagine
because
your
that's really
exes
something I
that are
felt.
still like simping you and then like watch your content and you say, I'm gonna compare all the professions I've dated before and this guy is a bitch for
No,
being
it's
this
like it
and
could
blah,
be
blah, blah.
useful for the girls who are like maybe dating guys and they're like, oh, this guy is dating a finance bro is like this, dating a software engineer is like this. There are definitely pros and definite cons.
Definite
cons.
Which
So-
the exes are gonna see as well. Good luck with that.
Anyway.
But then if you go that route, like you can't date anybody. Like I've been talking about this on my past live stream about the word 거른다. You know, like Korean people use that too. It's overused nowadays.
That's
like
true.
뭐 하면 거른다. Like if she's like even you like if he's like a F like 걸러. Like, I'm not gonna meet him. Like there's so many stupid standards. Like if he's like some people were saying if he don't date a liar 걸러. Like if he's a whatever 걸러. Like filter him out. Like who can you date at the end? you know?
Yeah, so there are some girls who are like, oh, I get the ick, and it's like they're very minute things.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
honestly though, okay, I'm gonna go for you. Like like you
Give it
deserve
to me.
That video you're doing, that's extreme generalization. Like honestly, that's kind of dumb, you know?
I mean, I'm
like,
just gonna talk about the working hours and how much free time they have mostly.
Okay,
That's like
okay.
fair.
But,
That's like an
like,
observation.
a doctor and a doctor can be different, and like a flight attendant. And
Oh, but their working hours are usually the same. Doctors, yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's literally about that. It's not about the personality type. It's about, as a girl, which
Yeah.
one out of those three is the best for you to date?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll leave you on that. I'll give you
Yeah.
a pass on that one. But the ones that trigger the most are like those like, okay, nothing against foreigner girls, but it's only foreigner girls that make these type of content. Things about Korean guys, and then I'm probably sure she's like 22, and then she's been in around Hongdae and like met like 4 or 5
Yeah,
Korean guys, and she's
come
like,
on.
Korean guys are so toxic because of this, that. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I met this person who abused me, and then he was
Yeah.
like so bad in bed.
And we met at a club. It's like, what do you expect?
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. And they're like, their database is probably like 3 people, and they're like, Korean guys. Like, I've dated like probably 200 from the thing that like they're saying. And like that gives me the ick, that gives me the extreme ick. Yeah.
Catherine says engineers nope. Is there a reason why, Catherine? Is there a reason why? To me, like, I felt like the software engineer guys have the most time actually.
Software engineer
Yeah,
guys.
they're just the ones that are coding.
they're just on their computers.
They're
and stuff.
coding. Yeah, they have the
Yeah.
most time,
Yeah.
free time,
Yeah.
compared to finance bros and doctors.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I don't know why my camera stopped, guys.
Oh.
But you go on.
So yeah, I think it's fun, and I will help David out too.
I don't need no help. It's okay. I can self what do you call it? Manage.
Okay, let's go to this. I think you're gonna like this.
Oh yes,
The
for
Minji.
sure. I love that.
Because apart from Karina, one of his other girls is Minji.
No, don't say that. She's super young. She's super young.
She's an adult, is she not? Is she still
But
not?
she's like 20.
She's an adult.
We have like a
I mean, I think she's
12-year
pretty.
gap.
I
Of course
think she's
she's pretty,
pretty.
but then like there are a lot of misjudging K-pop Ps
Oh,
out there.
don't care. I think she's pretty.
I care because as a guy, whenever you say that's like, anyways, go on.
Anyway, she made headlines because she did shigu, what do you call it? Like
The pitch.
the pitch.
Whatever.
And because of her beauty, she made a star.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
And apparently, yeah, her that's her manager. He caught the ball.
I could be her manager.
He caught the flyaway ball.
He's
home
one of
run.
the luckiest guys on earth.
He just literally caught it
Oh.
they were all shook.
You need to be that level to be Minji's manager, you know? He's competent. Like
And
he's
she's, like,
protecting her from
laughing.
any kind of threat that's coming.
Yeah, anyway.
Oh,
Wow, look at her beauty.
Wow. Yeah, so she's the 3대장, current 3대장 of K-pop. Like the 3 captains of K-pop. Karina, Changwon-young, Minji. Those are the 3 3대장s. Yeah.
I think Minji's side profile, her nose. I've heard a lot of girls in Korea now go to plastic surgeons holding pictures of Minji. They want to get her nose.
Yeah.
She has a beautiful side
Yeah,
profile.
yeah. And if you look at her past pictures, I think she didn't.
That's like a natural nose.
Yeah,
it's not
she
plastic
got like
surgery.
maybe little tweaks, but like other
Her
than
nose
that,
is natural.
yeah. She's like 99% natural, I
Yeah.
would say. Yeah, but she's great. Anyways, let's look
So
at her.
anyway, she was in the news because of her beauty, basically.
Right.
Like, she was dancing high
and
boy.
also she did a good throw. She
Yeah,
did a
yeah,
good
she
throw.
did a good throw.
Yeah, she's athletic. She's known to be athletic,
She practiced.
and she has like a good body frame.
Yeah.
So a lot of like hair trainer, like a lot of fitness
PTs.
PTs, they're very like what do you call it? Jealous of her like bone structure and
Okay.
all that. Yeah.
She actually did a good job with the pitch, yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting to see like New Jeans doing all their activities after they throw that ultimatum, and then Mini Jin is going through all of that right now, and probably these are all maybe preset. No,
Yeah.
probably not. Anyways, like I think like Hybe is still
Look at
doing
this
their
picture.
job.
She's so pretty.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, like I would like to meet a girl that looks like Minji.
Keep dreaming, David. This is why he's single.
I would like to meet a girl like that.
She kind of reminds me of like Olivia Hussey, like Romeo and Juliet.
You know, like guys, okay, don't get me wrong. Like, you know how guys, like Sangwoo and I, when we were working together in the office, Sangwoo was always like, you want to go for a cigarette? And I'm like,
Yes.
yeah. And then we go out, and then he smokes. I just stand there to get some fresh air. And then guys talk about the stupidest shit ever.
Yes.
So he's like, so if there were only like Karina and Minji, who would you date? And then we start this whole imagination.
What's your answer?
And I'm like, oh, that's so hard. And then he's like, well, I don't know. Like there's like you add on conditions to it, you know? Like it's like
Yeah, like balance game.
balance game, and then you go to you fall to that rabbit hole, and then you
Yeah.
go on forever. But anyways, it's kind of stupid.
Why do Koreans want to look like 15 years old?
Because that's our beauty standard. If you don't approve it, whatever.
I mean, she is still young. It's just like she's just
Like
pretty.
I
What
can
do-
ask you guys, why do you want to look tanned? I don't think that looks beautiful.
I think look.
Why are
wanting
you
to-
guys so obsessed with being tanned?
I think like wanting to look young and wanting to look youthful is like a worldwide thing. That's
Yeah.
in every single culture. Every woman wants to look younger. Come on.
Uh-huh. We have
Come
different
on.
beauty standards, and I it just gets me the ick when everybody says like, oh, they look so like teenagers. They're so like whitewashed or whatever, and all those kind of stuff. You know, different parts of the world have different cultures, different mindsets, different beauty standards.
No, but I think every woman worldwide wants to look young. I don't think that's like.
No, I think
Like young skin.
I think teenagers in the West want to look mature. Yeah, I do think so.
I think they want to look like seductive, but I don't think they want to look like
Seductive.
old, like in the face.
They wanna
Nobody
look
wants to look
mature.
like they have wrinkles.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like that's no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, she made headlines with her beauty. Yeah.
Yeah, and also like, you know, about those kind of comments too. It's very body shaming in a sense. Like whenever I see Western comments on K-pop stuff, like especially guys for sure, like they don't know anything, but like, oh, she has nothing, like she's a stick.
Oh, she's a flat pancake.
Yeah, whatever. And you got to understand, if you come to Asia, most guys prefer that than like bubble butts and like, you know, gigantic boobs and whatever. So
Chenami, thank you for the membership.
hey, go Chenami in the chat.
Woo. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Women like to be young in my country, but not 15 years old. Is that true though? Because, you know, Hollywood actresses like Brooke Shields, they debuted at like, you know, 14, 15, you know, those ages. We're going to talk about the Diddygate thing because it was also like a big news.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I think Hollywood has also, it's not just the Korean entertainment industry. Hollywood also, you know, makes like Disney stars like Selena Gomez, Britney Spears. They were all like child stars,
Yeah.
and they were all on TV since like they were like teenagers. I don't think this is such a weird phenomenon. And even like Justin Bieber, he was like 14, 15 when he debuted, and
Yeah, yeah.
everyone like was like, oh, he's so cute, he's so like cute looking in the face, and like people sexualized Justin Bieber at that age as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
It's not just a K-pop thing.
It's kind of
Hollywood is
disgusting.
the exact same.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
And people in the chat keep on saying like meaning like you want to look young doesn't mean to look immature, but I'll give you a
Does
case.
she look immature?
No, I'll give you it does look like a adolescent child. I'll give you a case, okay? So like the hottest cheerleader right now is Ijuun, like the one I
Okay, yeah,
I
the
showed
picky
you.
picky.
The picky girl.
Yes.
Like it's this girl over here, right? So, do you think there is a possibility that she can look old or like, you know, it's in our genes. Like we're built like that. Asian girls just look young and, you know,
And she's also like in her 20s. So
there's
she's-
no way she can fix herself to look older than like what she is right now.
Why? What are people? Why?
Because
They're saying-
like they're saying like Korean people tend to like, you know, gear themselves like towards looking like an adolescent child or a teenager or a 15-year-old girl. But the thing
she
is,
just has nice skin. and it's-
to your eyes they look 15, but to Asian eyes that's how normal Asian girls look
Yeah,
like. That's
yeah.
just that's where all these sayings come from. Asians don't raisin, you know, all that kind of stuff. They're just young in the genes, you know.
I mean, like, but she's a cheerleader, right? So they wear kind of like sexy outfits. I think maybe sometimes people have a problem with like idols wearing like school uniform or like looking like wanting to look slightly more like Lolita.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a problem.
That's
But,
a problem. That's
but
a problem.
cheerleaders, they dress really like adult, so
Yeah.
it's not like they're trying to look infantile.
Uh-huh. And
No.
how is Minji going to look 30 when she's actually 20? She's closer to 15.
It's just she has really good skin and she's pretty and she's wearing just her baseball uniform. Like there's nothing to
Yeah.
say like she looks 15 because she's deliberately trying. That's just how she looks.
It's just Western standards that are not used to Asian girls. It's like the human autopsy and like, you know, the genes and DNA and the, you know, you're just used to your own ethnicity. And seeing only Korean girls and Asian people for my whole life, you know, like a big part of my whole life, that's just how they're built.
And it's like the makeup styles maybe. Like I know like, you know, if you look at like the Kim Kardashians or like some of the Western influencers, they do heavy makeup with contour and like
Yeah.
heavy eyeshadow. But in Korean makeup, we don't do that.
Yeah,
Hence
yeah.
why they look like younger.
Uh-huh.
We don't do like the heavy caked on cut creases,
Yeah.
that kind of makeup. So no.
Right. So yeah. Anyways, let's go on.
Okay, maybe the Jennie thing. I thought this was really silly. This link.
Okay. Wait.
It was Paris Fashion Week in the past week, so a lot of people were there. Jennie went and she was wearing this blonde wig, right?
Okay, that's a wig.
That's a wig. Obviously, that's not her
Okay,
real hair.
okay.
And then there was a controversy over like I think some Karens making a big deal, but apparently this was her name, the actress, Hollywood actor. After an interaction, so she debuted a striking new blonde hairstyle, which drew attention. But this video that surfaced on social media has sparked outrage among some fans, with many accusing Hollywood actor Margaret Qualley of racial insensitivity. In the video, she is seen touching Jennie's blonde hair without permission, and she's asking, "Is this real? Is this your real hair?"
Yeah.
And fans called out the comment and touching her hair as inappropriate and as disrespectful. Even though Jennie was immediately like, "Oh lol, no, this is not my real hair, it's a wig," and she was smiling when she was saying this. Some people are saying, "Oh, why is she like just like touching people's hair like that without permission?"
That's rude.
But is that racist?
Well,
Is that racist?
it's tricky because
No, this is not.
I don't think she
In
had
my
a
humble
no. She had a
opinion.
not. She didn't have a racist intent.
Yeah.
But why I'm saying it's tricky is because there are cases when certain people say like trying to touch her hair, that's racist. There are certain occasions that it is racist.
They're
So-
saying, yeah, if this was she was touching a black black person's hair,
Yeah.
they're saying that could be racist.
Yeah. So like there are existing cases like that, So then, therefore, it's tricky. I don't think she had the intent
Oh
of
my
that.
God. I do not understand this controversy at all.
And because like the dynamic is because like Asian people are still a minority, so it could apply. I'm not saying it's racist. It doesn't look racist to me.
I was genuinely flabbergasted at this. I had to look at the Korean communities like Tokku, and it was like split 50-50.
Yeah.
50% was saying like this is ridiculous, like they're being super like current and oversensitive, and then 50% would be like, oh no, that is racist, like she's like looking down on Jennie, and like I was just like, really? Like it's just like it's clearly like we see this like girl, like you probably she knows who Jennie what Jennie looks like. She knows that she has brown hair usually, and now she has like this long blonde hair. She's like, oh, is this a wig?
Yeah.
Like it's a perfectly reasonable question to ask. There's like no like
Yeah.
evil intent behind this.
I understand.
Yeah.
I side more towards that too, but you know, I see how it could be seen like that,
look
like
at the-
misinterpreted.
Okay, well, look at these comments under the Koreans getting that taste of their own medicine, but it seems
Yeah,
like
exactly.
they feel offended when it comes to them, but vice versa for others.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is that
I don't-
referring to, like,
but
Koreans
honestly,
touching, like-
honestly, no, I don't think any Koreans got offended by this news. Like I've never heard.
On
of it.
Tokku, it was 50-50.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Koreans asked me in Korea if my curly hair was real or perm. What I have to do about then? I am depressed. Who gonna treat me? Okay, English is the grammar is like confusing me there. Okay, and some people are like this has nothing to do with racism.
Yeah, I
So,
honestly
yeah.
think the thought process might have been, oh, you look gorgeous, blah blah blah, and then she has blonde hair. Normally Asians don't have blonde hair, and it's like very hard on your hair and stuff. So she's like, oh, that your hair is gorgeous too, like, and she was genuinely curious if it's a wig or not or
Yeah.
whatever. And then the touching part is a little, you know, crossing the line in my opinion. Even if it's like, no, why would you touch someone else's hair?
I can see myself if I go up to a girl that I know in at a beauty event and she has completely different hair. I can imagine myself being like, "Oh, is this your hair?" I think I can imagine myself doing that, but I'm doing
I
that with
wouldn't.
no evil
honestly.
intent.
You do you, but I
But I'm
would.
very touchy feely with girls that I know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, maybe she's a person like you.
I mean, I think this controversy is like a non-issue.
Yeah, now I do agree nowadays people are like overly sensitive about a lot of stuff, but in this case, I can see why people might be triggered, might be not. I don't know.
No, seriously, this is not a racism issue at all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Everything is
And if you're going to be that
controversial in
sensitive,
K-pop.
yeah, and if you're going to be sensitive, like there are so many things in the world you can get triggered about, but it's like whether you allow yourself to get triggered and upset over every single little thing that happens in life. It's just like, it must be exhausting to live like this. Like everything is like, oh, someone did wrong to me. Oh, I'm a victim. Like, seriously, no.
Yeah.
Just let things go. This is not a thing.
We're living in a world of snowflakes and
Literally.
controversial people
Yeah.
and all that and whatever. So they're friends, it's fun, yeah. So let's move on with it.
Move
Like,
on.
yeah,
Okay, the To Anyone concert,
yes.
it happened in Seoul. Some of my friends, Wonnie
Oh
went.
my God, there's so much news today. I need to find. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go.
It was like, I don't know, it's like the anniversary, right?
To anyone, yeah.
To anyone. A lot of my friends went. It looked like they had a good time. A lot of obviously celebrities were there.
Mhm.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
so
New Jeans
many. It was
girls.
like they united the whole YG fam.
If you're a second generation K-pop fan,
Yeah.
like this is going to be your
They're the queens of K-pop.
yeah.
for
All the
sure.
New Jeans girls bopping
Yeah.
at the back.
Yeah, New Jeans.
I'm
girls
surprised
were
they
there.
like they must have been like super young, like babies.
Yeah,
when they
I
came out.
don't even think, they listened to 21 when they were growing up.
But
I
partly
think-
because they're in the industry, they would
yeah,
have
I
been
think they
exposed.
practiced their songs and
Yeah.
such, but I think
They would have been literally babies.
kids in their age, they
Yeah.
wouldn't have listened to 21.
Yeah.
It's like us listening to HOT or Jack's
Yeah,
Kiss
yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
Jennie was there,
Okay, Jennie
As
was
well.
there supporting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Winter.
Oh, Winter was there too.
Winter was there.
Oh, okay.
Wait, To Anyone has really
like
like
this
just a lot of
crossover.
bops.
Chung Young-hwa from
From
CN
CN
Blue.
Blue.
Who's that? Iijun Kim Jong-uk?
That's 장세 조세호.
Ah, that's Joseo.
조세호.
He looks like Kim Jong-uk here. Okay. And that's Kim Suk, I think. Yeah. Jeonyeonmu was there too. Is
전현무
that
and
Shiny
Key.
Key?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Key.
Why does
and-
Jeonyeonmu look like he was in a crop field or something?
He looks like he has nice veneers. Look at his teeth. They're super white.
yeah,
and perfect.
but like compared to his face though, like
Anyway,
Straight up.
G-Dragon was there. Obviously, he supports. He's
Okay,
been
that
friends
was
with
G
them.
Dragon's Instagram story.
Yeah,
over
he
there.
supports them a
Yeah,
lot.
for sure.
Lee Soo-hyuk, he's a
He's,
model,
he's
actor.
GD's bestie.
Yeah.
Met Tamong from Winner, I think, and then Jennie and who's that?
It's an actress apparently or something.
Okay.
But then I saw these pictures. Go to the other date.
Yeah.
So these were group pictures that were taken. So that's Jennie in the cap, in the 2NE1 cap, in the blue shirt. And then you see one picture down. G-Dragon also
YG
has this,
family.
and it's like the exes, Jennie and G-Dragon, allegedly. Remember when they had the controversy and she was photographed like leaving his house? What is it like, do you think, when you're attending these sort of events and your ex is right there? Like, how would you feel?
Same as normal people. Like
It's weird though, because the whole world knows that you guys are exes. So it's like, you walk into the room and everyone would be like, oh, is it going to be uncomfortable? Is it going to be awkward?
Well, maybe, like, I don't want to speculate or whatever, but he posted a story saying YG family, and there's no, maybe this is not his story. Like, okay, like, they did a group photo, but Jennie's not there, right?
Yeah, they did it separately.
Yeah,
so
they
Jennie's
did it separate.
there.
So, like, Taesong's there too.
Yeah.
And
Taesong's the
Winner's
one
there
underneath.
too. Maybe they divided by generations. I don't
It's
know.
because they're exes.
No,
They're
there's
not gonna
like
be in the same.
there's like baby monster here too. So maybe it's like 3rd gen, 4th gen, and then 2nd gen. I'm trying to like shield it. Hey, I'm trying to wing my bro GD over there.
But that must be really common because I think,
Of course,
in the K-pop industry, everyone dates amongst themselves.
Yeah.
There must be so many more couples that have broken up, gotten back together.
Yeah.
And there must be so many uncomfortable awkwardness that we just don't know about. But imagine
sure.
you go to an event and you're just like, oh, I'm having fun. And it's like, oh, your ex is like right there taking a picture. And it's just like, what do you do? Like, would you say like, hey?
You just act cool. What more do you do? Like, are you gonna leave or whatever? Or like, don't show up in the place at the first place. But you can't in this occasion because it's the 21.
Yeah, you
and
can't.
they're literally, his nunas. Yeah, I know. I don't know if he's older, like younger, but anyways. Yeah, GD made a public appearance. So, and actually, they're in talk of performing in Mama this year. Big Bang.
Oh, the
as
three of them.
Yeah. So that's good. That's good news.
Yeah, 2NE1 should make a new album with new songs. More bops, please.
New album. As much as I want that, I don't know.
Why? Because I mean, the 4 of them, do they have much going on right now individually?
I don't think so.
I mean, Dara is like pretty. She has a lot of things going on. I don't know about the other girls, but
Yeah, but once idols pass a certain phase, they can do like regroupings and like concerts or whatever. But I haven't seen like them doing albums and stuff. So, yeah.
deleting comments. I don't have any time to be deleting comments.
People,
but there is YouTube automatically deletes some comments. It's not up to me. If you've written like swear words or something, it automatically does delete those. So.
Oh, do you get those like weird random name comments?
What's random name comments?
Like, do you go through your comments like on your YouTube studio and you see something like Dan, Kara, David, Anna, like those weird name comments?
I don't know what that means, David.
Really?
What does that mean?
Because I've been getting like thousands of them, and they're
Like
up
bots?
here. Yeah, they're bots. And I've been like, I have like a creator community group chat, and then
Yeah.
I've been talking about what those random comments are.
Yeah.
And apparently one YouTuber did a scoop on it, and her theory is that it's like an attack from an organization that just types in bunch of random names on a YouTube channel, and then the filter function you talked about.
Yeah, the
if it's-
filter.
Some people have their like personal names listed as like a filter. So like if my name is like David Kim,
Yeah.
I would put David and Kim as like a filter word
Okay.
so that people don't like mention your real name. But then like those bots are apparently trying to like get your real name information out of it. And then once they see their comment getting like blocked, they know they narrow down the person's name, and then after that they type in random addresses and then they narrow that down through the filter thingy, and then they hack the YouTube channel or something like that.
I've never heard of that.
Anyways, yeah, that's kind of a new spam bot kind of thing.
Yeah, so YouTube automatically, if your comment is like extremely inflammatory, or if it's like a link and it seems like a spammy bot thing, then they will automatically delete. I am not actively deleting comments while I'm doing this live. No.
Yeah. Hey, Uncle Dan, thank you for the 5 membership gifts. Goat. Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay, so 21, yes.
Let's talk about Taeil.
Okay, this is probably the biggest news right now. Just yesterday, there was like an exclusive that was pulled from Joseon, I think. 조선일보. Yeah. So you go for it.
So we talked about this in a couple of lives ago, where he was kicked out of NCT. SM immediately just dropped him. They were like, we cannot work with this guy anymore. So he has been basically under police investigation for aggravated quasi rape. And I was like, what does this mean?
Aggravated quasi rape.
I was like, I do not know what this means. So he's been summoned to the police office. So basically, he was accused of sexually assaulting a woman who was intoxicated alongside 2 acquaintances in June. He was summoned for questioning 2 months afterwards. It is believed that none of his accomplices are public figures. So aggravated quasi-rape involves committing rape while armed with a weapon or armed in concert with 2 or more people against a victim who is incapacitated or unable to resist.
Yeah.
Isn't this crazy?
It's crazy.
With a weapon?
I would suspect my wild imaginations are going to probably drugged.
Of course.
Or drugged and then tied up or by force raped.
This is insane. So, like, no wonder SM immediately, and no wonder the members immediately unfollowed.
This is insane.
You can't, like, imagine if one of your friends did this, you would immediately, like, cut them off. No matter, like, how close they were to you, you know?
And people are saying death penalty for him. Like, Korean people are saying death penalty for him. But apparently the law is at least, you can get to a minimum of 7 years. In prison or a life sentence. So the range is pretty big. But I don't think he's going to get a life sentence because, you know, Korean law. He'll probably say, I was intoxicated too and blah, blah, blah. And he's using all these fancy lawyers. And then there's going to be a lessening of the sentence. So my hope is he can get the full capacity of the like punishment and all that. But it's so disgusting.
Immediately cut him off because what he did was so severe. So that's basically it. So when he gets officially charged, then we'll know. But if this is like absolutely true, then definitely jail for Taeil.
I think he's going to probably go to jail at this point. So I don't know.
Aggravated quasi. I didn't even know what that phrase meant.
It's in Korean. It's 특수 준강간. That's like special quasi rape. So that's crazy and disgusting.
And he's the same age as me. He's born in 1994.
And
so much talent because he actually has a voice. The boy can sing. He was carrying the vocal line in NCT.
I don't know why you would go to those lengths to have sex with a girl if you're in that like position and you have that much potential ahead of you.
I think it's
like why would you?
I think it's a power ego thing, control thing. Well, speaking of, that's basically what Diddygate is, you guys.
Wait. Let's linger on this for a little bit more.
But Diddygate is related.
Because I'm already seeing the people saying, why don't you give like enough screen time for this massive case that's going on, and it's weird that the Korean media is not picking up on this as much as Suga or whatever.
It is a big deal.
People are saying like that's what I wanted to address.
Okay.
Like people were already in the comments saying like he's not getting 15,000 reports per day and blah 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 and all that kind
it's
of.
It's always the same comments.
Which is true to an extent.
Because he's just simply not as famous as Suga.
That's true, but like if you compare the gravity of the crime itself compared to like a drunk scooter, like whatever electric motor, like bicycle, drunk driving, and like aggravated quasi rape, this should probably be getting more spotlight. So they have a point. In this case,
there's like absolutely no like no denying, like it's just like terrible.
So to some extent they have a point, but I'm telling you, it is getting massive spotlight in Korea. And also, like, the reason you might not be seeing it as much is because there hasn't been a lot of information revealed up to this point. So we're gonna get follow-ups soon. So they're like, this was investigated by this reporter, like individually. SM did not release it. SM tried to contain it because it's
Obviously,
bad for
it
their
will
image.
affect their stocks. Yeah.
And then they cut all ties from him immediately.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to do the damage control. They wanted to do the damage control. So that's why it was under a veil for so long. And then now this reporter got his exclusive, his or her exclusive. Now it's getting shed light, and then we'll have more details on and on. We'll see his full punishment and investigation. So don't worry, okay? He's gonna get the proper bad, like all the negativity towards him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This is probably one of the worst things you can. This is like rape with a weapon and intoxicate. Like, it's just terrible.
Yeah. So, if you like try scrolling down over here, it was 19 hours ago, and it's from 조선일보. That was the exclusive. We're getting scrolls and scrolls and scrolls and scrolls of like news. So don't worry about that, okay? Like, if you go to Naver, I would probably say if you go to Ranking News, he's probably here somewhere. So
There was a phase when I really liked some NCT songs, and I was like, oh, this boy, he always was like the high
this guy.
notes.
Yeah. Oh, this guy. Do you know this guy?
No.
So many. Anyways. Yeah, go on.
Anyways, yeah, shame on. You probably feel bad for the boys. They're probably shook about this whole thing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Because it's like quite unusual. Like, even like Big Bang. I mean, I think they've all unfollowed now. But even at the beginning, it wasn't like an immediate. It still takes. But like, as soon as the news dropped about this, like, all of the members like immediately cut themselves off from him.
Yeah.
So we were all wondering, like, what did he do?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's.
I really hope.
I don't know what's happening with these.
I'm sure there will be some
K-pop.
crazy stans that will
Yeah.
be in denial too, like the crazy NCT stans that will be in denial, be like, like how it was with Sunli and whatnot. But anyway, okay. Well, speaking of like terrible actions, like, you guys know the Puff Diddy. That's like all over. That's the big news in Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of the Korean burning sun. So P.Diddy, you guys know I didn't know he had that much influence and power and money. Do you know any single of his songs?
No.
I know
He's
one
like known as a
song.
producer, no?
He's a producer, and I think he has like an alcohol business that went super successful.
Yeah.
So he's been charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. And the thing is, he used to have these. It's basically so similar to his Burning Sun. I mean, he had like a mansion. He would hold these parties, they're called like white parties. He would invite all the celebrities. That's just why this is kind of a big deal, because a lot of famous people went to his parties. But there was the big parties for the celebrities, and then there was like, after most of those people left, there were like the free costs, what he described, where he would actually get like sex workers and then like
orgies. And
yeah,
stuff.
like literal orgies with like
Baby
1,000
oil.
bottles of baby oil.
Yeah.
And when the police came to clear it up, it was just like, apparently it was like disgusting, so many like sex toys and stuff like this. And he obviously used his power and influence to shut everybody up. He used drugs
money.
on the girls to keep them like just keep them doing whatever he wanted them to do, drugs, and also his power and dominance to scare them, making them sign NDAs or be like, I'm going to ruin your life. He was also extremely violent. He had an ex-girlfriend called Cassie, and he was videotaped on a hotel CCTV. He was like literally like beating her up. She was like running away from him. He's a terrible man. So guys, like, Burning Sun is not like this kind of thing. I'm sure it happens in every single country around the world. I'm sorry to say, it's not just like a Korea, like, oh, Korean men are terrible. This is rife in Hollywood. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen in every single country in the world. Powerful men are gonna do shit like this. It's just what happens. And it's not because I read one comment that said about this case as well, like, I can't imagine being that obsessed with sex. Somebody said this about him, P. Diddy. And then people were like, yeah, it's literally not about the sex, but it's like, once you have so much in your life, you have so much money, you have so much influence, the sex is not like what they're chasing, but it's just like I have complete power and dominance over you. That's what they get off on. And he lived like that for years. And it's like so much of Hollywood is also incriminated. People are saying stuff about Jay-Z and Beyonce, because Jay-Z used to be very close with this guy, he used to be at every single one of his parties, so people say he must have known this was going on. So even if you didn't partake, the fact that one of your really close friends is doing this, that also, if you're a bystander while this is happening, that also makes you a terrible person, you know?
Yeah.
It does.
And I saw like this whole lengthy video about like his case and stuff, and there's so many like celebrities involved.
LeBron James saying like there's no party like a Diddy party.
Yeah, there's like DiCaprio
Yep.
involved, and like all of these high profile celebrities.
Yeah.
They were invited, they were attending these freak offs,
Yeah.
allegedly, and there were victims named as well, alleged victims.
Now it's like one. Now Cassie was the one that filed a lawsuit against him like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Now it's like thousands of people are now coming forward.
Yeah.
Now they feel the braver like enough like now, because it's like everyone's like, why are these people? It's the same as Me Too. Why are all these women coming out and speaking about it only now? And it's just like, well, now they feel it's okay to do so. What before they were like terrified into staying silent.
That too. I don't know all the details, but from what I've heard about the CCTV footage with his girlfriend or whatever, Cassie, like apparently the hotel owner got paid off.
Yes.
50,000 or whatever for that, and then that's why it was hidden, and then someone made a copy of it and just, revealed it, and then there was apparently like a lawsuit before too, but then that got closed real quick, and then people assumed that it's because he threatened the family of.
I legit didn't know he had this much money. He's in jail right now, waiting to attend trial, and his bail money was set at 50 million. He was going to give the judge 50 million to be like, I want to rest at home. I want to be at home. I don't want to stay in jail until the case actually happens. And then the judge denied the 50 million bail. He was like, no, you have to stay in jail because I'm afraid you're going to tamper with evidence. $50 million. That's insane. Most bail is like 200, 300K. But he offered the judge 50 million, and the judge was like, nope, you're going to stay in jail. So he's going to get prison time for sure. Like, for sure. There's like way too much evidence. Yeah. And also, like, Justin Bieber, he was 14, 15 when, I mean, there's also so many rumors about Puff Diddy being like swinging both ways, literally swinging both ways. Apparently, there was like, Usher, he took Usher in when he was really young, did like a Puff Diddy camp, music camp. So many rumors of him doing inappropriate things to male rappers.
Yeah.
Same with Justin Bieber. He stayed with P.Diddy for 48 hours. And, there was a period when Justin had like, he went through loads of troubles, like drugs and partying, and he just seemed like not in the right state of mind. If people are alleging that he may have gotten abused by these people, then no wonder that he was acting out and like, taking drugs and like all this stuff. If he was seriously abused, that makes me feel so bad for him. That's terrible. But I think this happens a lot in Hollywood. It happens.
Of course.
Yeah, like minors.
Yeah.
It happens to children.
Yeah,
in
we
Burning
live in a
Sun,
world.
at least the girls were like mostly like adults, like over 18, mostly. But in Hollywood, I've been hearing rumors about like pedos being in Hollywood for a long time.
Yeah. This is not too long from what we have on the Epstein Gate and all that.
Yeah, it's the exact same.
So yeah, I'm not really. I mean, of course it's shocking, but I'm not surprised about like men, like disgusting, evil men being like that, and powerful men. So it's kind of disgusting to think about, and imagine like. The amount of human trafficking and sex trafficking cases that is happening worldwide, that's like real statistics, right? So we do already know it exists out there, but the wild thing is like such a high profile, like powerful and rich person throwing all these weird parties, and a lot of people attending it, and like victims of it being celebrities as well. Like his former producer came out saying like he was actually manipulated or forced to have sex with like his other whatever friend, and then he was like grabbing his dick or like sexually harassing him all the time, like So I watched the whole thing, but there are
Yeah.
too many details. It's like burning sun all over again,
It's
but
literally
like
burning
10
sun.
times.
Yeah, but I think this is worse, honestly.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just I was watching the whole thing yesterday and I got exhausted of just
Yeah,
watching
because it
the
makes
whole.
you feel sick.
Yeah, it makes you feel sick, and there's just too many people involved that you can't
That's the
even.
thing, because there's so many high profile people, they haven't really spoken out against him because there were too many people that went to his parties.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that everyone that went to his parties like had partook in that. I'm sure some people left before this started happening. Some people might have partook in this. So it's really
I mean,
terrible.
like even for the Epstein gate, there was a whole list, but none of
Yep.
those people were taken accountable
And
after that.
Epstein died in jail out of suicide, but
Yeah.
there are conspiracy theories that he
He
was
was
just.
killed. Yeah.
There are some people
Probably.
speculating that the same's going to happen to him because there are too many high profile people, powerful people involved there. Like he's never going to get out of
Plausible.
jail. He
Yeah.
could possibly
Yeah.
to silence him.
Yeah.
You don't know like how many powerful, like literally the rich and powerful, they can do anything. Anything. You know, it's really scary. But one rapper, 50 Cent, he's always hated this guy, and he was, he's like his biggest hater and biggest troll. He's making a Netflix
Oh
documentary
yeah, I saw
saying,
that. He's gonna like fund it or whatever.
yeah, did he do it? That's the name. Did he do it? That's the name
Oh,
of the
that's
doc.
good. That's good.
He's like, I've been saying this guy is freaky. He likes men.
He's having the biggest "I told ya"
Yeah,
moment.
literally.
Yeah.
So this is literally the Hollywoods, but even like the Koreans, people are like getting like they're knowing about the news now. So
Yeah. I saw that clip of 50 Cent on like a radio show or whatever, saying
Yeah.
like this guy's weird because he was like, you wanna I'll take you shopping
Yeah.
with me or something. I'll
he
buy
was
you
like,
some clothes.
Yeah, he was like, I'll take you shopping, and he was like, am I your bitch? Like, you don't say that to like a grown man.
But
like,
yeah, that just by itself, without all the context, you
Yeah.
know, like I could say that to like my friend, you know, I'll take you shopping, I'll buy you clothes. Is that weird?
would you though?
No.
Exactly. I know how
No.
stingy he is.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
but
never
without
gonna take.
without the context itself, I would just, you know.
No, that is a bit weird.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
But like I'm speaking in context of like I don't know if it's specifically black culture or whatever, but I've been seeing these TikTok reels nowadays, and maybe they're prank videos of like shop owners giving out pink plastic bags like from grocery stores. Like you know, you normally have black ones, right? The black plastic bags, but they give out pink plastic bags to black guys, and then they're like, "What's the meaning of this? Are you messing with me?" And they get seriously angry.
Oh, it's like, are you saying I'm fruity or something?
Yeah. Like, why are you giving me a pink bag? And they throw a whole
Fragile masculinity.
tantrum over that. And I was like, this gotta be staged. And then there was multiple people acting the same way. Like, why are you giving me a pink plastic bag? What's the meaning of this?
Fragile masculinity. So apparently, in like this is what I've heard allegedly. There's a lot of black rappers in that industry. They have to seem all macho and it's like super masculine, but a lot of them are like closeted gay. So they have this front like, oh, I'm so like macho, I'm like so alpha male, blah blah blah. But then behind the scenes, they're doing stuff like that, and it's like a front, allegedly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I watched a TikTok of this like blonde singer. So this is all her story. This might be like 100% fact, but I mean, I believe what she said. But she was like, I was an up and coming singer like a couple of years ago, and like she was having a like recording session with P.Diddy and Kanye and some other people that were in the room, and apparently they were like giving out drinks, like making them drink out of these cups, and she had a female manager, and then she was like, I had this instinct that she was like, there's something in this drink, and she's like, oh, I'm just gonna pretend to drink this, not gonna drink it, and then but her manager actually did drink it, and then she started acting like her personality completely changed, like she's normally very quiet, and then she suddenly went all flamboyant and like,
Drugs, yeah.
Wah! So she went to the bathroom, so the blonde singer was left alone in the studio, and then the guys were also drinking and partying or doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, like, you should, like, take your clothes off. Like, it starts to become like this. Like, they start coming at her, like, trying to, like, take her clothes. Like, this is what she's saying, P. Diddy and Kanye. And she was like, well, no, like, this is, like, it's seriously. She thought it was kind of like a joke at first. She was like, no, seriously, let's not do this. It's fine. And then she said there were two other guys in the room, like, producer types. And she's like, she looked to them to, like, help. Like, can you please help me? Like, tell them to stop. She made eye contact with one of them. And then they just, like, looked and they just, like, looked away. She's like calling them out for help. Like, can you guys stop them? Like, tell them to stop. And they just like pretend not to see. This terrible if this is real.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I think it would be even worse because America's just so big and there's like more rich people there, like in they're billions, and drugs are very accessible, and also they have like massive house parties, which are private parties and
Yeah.
such. In Korea, at least, we don't have that many drugs. Like we do have drugs for sure. And like the only places people do it are in like private hotel rooms or either like private rooms in clubs, but it's not like super massively spread. So once something gets excavated, like of a celebrity doing it, like they get slammed and like full investigation on it, and but imagine America, like where
Yeah.
all these drugs and all that. So
Yeah, and apparently at these parties, he didn't have let any other celebrity like bring their own security. He was like, "It's my security team. Nobody else can come in." So it's like fully under his control.
yeah,
So
people are asking to move on.
Move on.
Yeah.
Fine.
I'm disgusted too. I
Yeah.
got like mentally burnt out yesterday watching
Yeah.
this whole thing. So.
Yeah. Okay. The Tiara Cheon thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys will know because they're like second gen K-pop, right? There was a girl group called Tiara, and Jiyeon was one of
Yeah,
the.
they were well known.
Yeah, they are well known. They have songs like "Poppy, Poppy, Poppy," like this.
Lollipolly.
Yeah, yeah. So she was married to this baseball player called Hwang Jae-kyun.
Hwang Jae-kyun, yeah.
Kyun. And actually, I used to watch her YouTube and be like, wow, like she really married well. Like he treated her like a princess. Like he seemed like he was so in love with her. They also lived in like this like huge bougie penthouse in, I think, Turimaje or like one of those.
Yeah.
And so they seemed genuinely so happy. Like she seemed in love with him. He seemed like in love with her.
Yeah.
They're getting a divorce now after 2 years. She's 31 and he's 37. These rumors have been circulating for like about 4 months or something.
Yeah, there were rumors, and
There were
people were
rumors.
speculating. They were like, "Oh, they don't look happy." Hwang Jae-kyun was caught in being like a pub at like 3 a.m. or something.
He was in one of those like hunting pubs in Apgujeong.
Well, that got cleared. That actually wasn't like a hunting club. It was like his friend's place. But anyways, nevertheless, people were like, "Why is a married man at a pub at 3 a.m.?"
Yeah.
And all that.
And she was spotted without her wedding ring in
Yeah,
her
all
in her
that kind of
vlog
stuff.
and stuff.
People
so-
have too much time, honestly.
Yeah. And apparently there was one incident where he was like throwing a fit of rage on the baseball pitch because the game wasn't going well or something, and people were like coming to her socials and being like, look out, like you should watch out for your husband, he's a red flag and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. But now after 2 years they're divorcing, but they have no kids so far. And I was asking David the other day, I was like, do you think they have a prenup?
I don't think so. No, he's
Who
not
do you think
that
is more
rich.
well off?
I think they're pretty much, the same. Jiyeon did a pretty good.
Yeah,
she
she
had
had
a
a
pretty
career.
good career.
Yeah.
And Hwang Jae-kyun's like a Korean baseball player, so I don't think he's like that loaded.
But anyway,
Yeah, this is the guy known as the Sex Machine.
oh yes.
Yeah, he's the Korean sex machine.
Korean
Anyways, if you know, you know. Let's go on. Let's not talk about sex anymore.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
getting like neck pain.
Okay, this the Lisa thing.
Okay, this was when I saw this when you sent this yesterday. Is this a legit?
It's a good like. What do you tell us your thoughts,
Oh
guys?
my
Because
God.
this is a group on Reddit called AZ Identity, and it's basically like Asian guys that live in the West, I guess, and they
Okay.
complain about their. I mean, they have like things rightfully to complain about, but they hate like Asian girls going out with white guys. It's the Oxford study. The Oxford study, we talked about it in a few lives ago, but it's like this thing where, like Asian women are like, they want to end up with white guys. They think that's like, they worship white guys and all this stuff. So, because Lisa has a new song called like Moonlight, and she has a line where it says, green-eyed French boy got me tripping. And when he said like bonjour or like whatever, like I fell in love or like something along those lines. So she has a song that's basically singing about her boyfriend, Frederick Arnold. And there's this like, can Lisa please officially leave K-pop? Not just for this, but her Thai fans constantly falsely accusing Korea of being racist, blah, 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 whatever. But the thing is, the final story is her singing about her white boyfriend in international stages, like the Global Citizen Festival. Whoever she dates is her own business, but why is she still attaching herself to K-pop like a barnacle on the hull of a ship if she's so insistent she's beyond K-pop now, like her fans claim? There are people, like I've seen some other comments being like, oh, she's so like, wants to be around his French rich billionaire family. She's like completely like Europeanized herself. She wants to detach. She's like so above like the Asianness and whatnot. It's also depressing K-pop being an indigenous Asian industry that doesn't play by common Western tropes. It's not just that Lisa is dating a white guy, but she's dating Frederick Arnold, a rich French heir of the Arnold family, who's not particularly handsome or charismatic, but only a rich family's son. Thus, Lisa reinforcing stereotypes about Asian and especially Thai women dating white men for money. Obviously, as many of her fans noted, Lisa is a millionaire herself, but greed really has no limits for people. It's really sad to see a K-pop idol who is so empowered behave like some poor Pattaya girl desperate to get out of poverty by marrying a mediocre-looking white
She is
expat.
not a Pattaya girl in poverty.
And I'm sorry, look at who he is.
Lisa.
He's not a mediocre white guy. He's literally the family's a billionaire. There's a reason.
This post is giving me a headache. Oh, this stupid Reddit post.
Yeah, it's kind of like incel community, that group. But
Oh my
what do
God.
you guys think?
Why are
What
all
do you
these like
guys
news
think?
topics giving me a headache today? This isn't even news, but like
But this is a genuine. I see this these kind of comments a lot whenever I see you guys know Doobie Dobab. She has a Korean food channel here on
Yeah.
YouTube. She has like 4 million subscribers. She has a white boyfriend called Kevin.
oh my god.
And they're always like, oh, we got another one, like worshipping the white man. We lost
what do you
another
mean
one.
worshipping a what?
That's how they think. Because they're just pissed off that the
That's
Asian
their
girls.
inferiority complex.
Yeah, seriously. Like, and
Yeah,
do you think
it's,
even
it's
if
your you problem?
literally, and even do you think that she's gonna date you even if she wasn't dating her current boyfriend? Like, I don't understand this. I don't understand this.
Like this comment is a whole what I wish Asians like her, diaspora do this shit too, would stop jumpstarting their careers by garnering support from Asians and cultivating an Asian fan base, only to start abandoning shit. When did she abandon shit?
And selling out to whites. When they've made
When
it.
they've made it, use Asians to build upon your careers until you're too good for them and start aggressively and opportunistically leading into whiteness. For women, it's usually by dating wealthy white men or hypersexualizing themselves. That whole paragraph just give me a whole dose of like a week's dose of toxicness. Like, oh, that's so dumb.
Wow, these comments. Look at her stepfather. She's just following her mother's
Oh my
path.
gosh, we're going into that territory.
This is not our opinion. This is what I'm reading from Reddit, okay, guys? This is what these guys on this forum, on this subreddit, this is what they think.
If you hadn't brought this as an article, like as a news source today, like I wouldn't even have entertained it. Like this is like
But I think it's a good...
TMZ
I
level
think-
shit. It's like that's just shit. SHIT all caps. She's first of all she's Lisa. We're talking about Lisa here, okay? If it was like
Okay, look at this. Look at this. Apparently, this guy was a long-time Blackpink fan. Lisa is a goddamn lost cause the moment she did that cabaret performance in France.
Oh.
Okay, Miss Beyond K-pop, we get it. You're westernized now. Jennie is veering really close to sellout territory, the way she willingly starred in Weekend series just to be the literal de facto yellow fever recipient of the show. Last hopes lies in Jisoo, who sticks to her roots and never actually gives that much damn about the Western market. Jesus Christ. Oh.
oh
Saddest thing is her boyfriend is ugly too. I see this comment a lot as well.
wow.
Yeah. God damn,
Yeah,
that
stop.
dude ugly as hell.
Stop. You need to stop. Oh my gosh. I need a massage. Damn.
Oh my god. Okay, this is not our opinion. I'm just literally reading
No,
the comments.
Stop. Last
She's-
comment then.
She's Thai, it's not surprising. They and PHAF, what does that mean? PHAF are the biggest white worshippers.
Whatever.
Not
like,
our opinion.
These people, do they have real lives? Like, oh
What
my
do
God.
you guys think? Is the Oxford study a real thing?
No.
I mean, to be honest though, I mean, when I was living in London, there were quite a few like mixed couples. And I know a lot of my friends who are like in mixed couples, right?
It used to
But you
be
get-
a thing in Korea like two decades ago, I think, in like Hongdae. Like girls would literally just worship white guys and like do one nights with them, like in the Hongdae scene. That was well known, but nowadays, no.
I literally see it in like Doobie Dobab's channel, or you know, like the Ha sisters. Now she's the Evelyn. She's dating a rich crypto guy, and he's white. And it's
So-
any comment is
wow.
just like Oxford study is real. Oxford study, blah blah blah. So And also like people like Kukabi, you know, she married Josh. They're
Oh
like,
my gosh.
yeah.
Oh
It's
my
like
gosh.
Asian girls dating white men.
It's just
like for example, okay, let me ask you a question. If you know his favorite girl, Karina, if
What?
she was found out to have new dating news, do you think you would be more triggered if the person she was dating was a white man instead of a Korean man?
no, I don't give a F.
Yeah, this is the normal reaction. You see? But some people in Korea would be like, but even when Song Joong-ki is married his white wife, there were lots of Korean women triggered.
Oh yeah, I saw that. too.
Lots of Korean women triggered.
It's just the Asian fragile Asianility.
I don't understand that. Yeah, but for you, it doesn't matter, right? It's like you're gonna be devastated either way when she has new dating news,
Oh,
right?
that's true.
He's gonna be devastated either way. So the race doesn't matter. But yeah, I think for some people it really does trigger. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
The
And I
op-
think their mentality is
Yeah.
the especially I understand, like especially in the West where Asians are still a minority, right?
Yeah.
They're like, okay, we're the minority, and a lot of guys, Asian guys, being like, oh, not many people can find us attractive. With the help of like K-pop, K-drama, it's like the popularity has risen. But I can imagine, like especially like 10 years ago, they were really not deemed as like attractive by, you know, because they are the minority. So they're like, okay, we can only date within a smaller pool because Asian girls are more likely to be attracted than like a white girl to like an Asian guy, you know. So we already have a small pool, but then if the Asian girls are going for white guys instead, then that makes our pool smaller. So, I mean, I understand kind of like their mentality. I can appreciate it, but it's just like whether she's dating this guy or not, I don't think she would have ended up with you anyway. You know what I mean? So.
Anything that's incorporated with white people always happens to be like controversial, like for some reason. Like, Asian and white, you combine those together, and there's always going to be triggered, jealous,
Yeah.
fragile people that's always pulling in race to it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's a global world. It's the 21st century. It's 2024.
Yeah.
And Lisa is like a global superstar.
She is of course a superstar. She has her own money for sure. But also people are calling him a mediocre white guy. Like, look at who he is, guys. Look at who he is. She's rich. He's like rich on a different level. It's like a different level. It's not the same. You know?
My head is steaming, so can I have like a 1 minute break while you go on?
Yes.
Like a 1 minute break, guys, okay? 1 minute break. Sorry about that.
So, I had a point to make. I was gonna say something.
Go on, because my
Yeah.
video's on ad mode right now.
I was going to say something about this whole thing. Oh, okay, no, I was going to ask a question. So, like, most of you guys in the chat are going to be like American, right? For those of you who are BTS fans, let's say, especially if you're female, let's say you're a BTS fan and you're American, are you going to, if they have like a dating controversy, would you be more pissed off if they were dating a Korean girl, or would you be more pissed off if they were dating like a white American girl? Or would that please you? Would that deem it more, like, would you be more happy about that or less happy? What do you think?
I don't know. I was just zoning out. Sorry.
Let
I
me
could
know your
care
thoughts.
less of whatever on this topic. Yeah.
Let me know your thoughts. Like the American BTS fans, would you be happy if they were caught with a white American girl? Or if they continue to date just like perfect looking K-pop girls? I'm really interested to hear your opinion.
People asking where's Anna when the ad is playing right now. They don't know
What's
it's an
going
ad.
on?
It's an ad. I've pre-recorded an ad on my channel and I'm like just
Yeah.
playing it right now. But yeah.
I would want them to be with who they want. Nope, it doesn't matter. It's love.
Okay, we're back.
I just want lots and lots of BTS babies.
Rachel,
No
thank you for
difference
this
to their life.
super chat. I sent a message earlier, but you never read it. I'm sorry about that. Let me try to go look at what you sent. Wow, 470 people are actually watching this shit.
Wow.
Like, I mean, this topic itself is shit.
Come to my channel too.
Rachel, hi David and Anna. Thank you for the birthday wishes and party. I wish I could have stayed longer, but I enjoyed the time I had with you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a member. Yeah, thank you. And happy birthday again, doll baby.
Happy
Don't touch
birthday.
my hair. Periods. Yes, about
That was about ages ago.
the Jennie topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not appearing on my screen, but thank you.
Huh? Someone says, I feel the same as David with his crush. What does that
crush?
mean?
Oh, Karina crush.
Thank you, Jason, for the $5.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
Karina. Oh.
absolutely enjoyed my recent vacation in Seoul. Love the food, attractions, and the people. Seoul is now by far my favorite holiday destination. Oh, that's good. Glad you had a good time.
Yeah, I want to go on vacation so
Me too.
bad. I'm planning one on December.
I
early
might be
December.
I might be going to Japan, Tokyo, and Osaka in November, but it's for like an event. So it's all like
Japan's
a paid.
always good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go to Hokkaido.
I always want to go to Okinawa. Yeah.
Okinawa. You've been to Okinawa.
I've been to Okinawa once. Yeah.
I might go. I might be going to Vietnam, and then making a pit stop.
What are you going to
at
do in
Macau.
Vietnam?
Oh, my entrepreneur Hyung. Like, he's
Oh.
opening a nail massage salon, a premium Korean style salon over there. He's racking in money.
The millionaire guy that we were talking about.
Yeah. He's literally cashed out all of his Airbnbs, like half of them, and then relocated his assets into like a hotel line. So he's bought like half of a hotel over there, renting that out. He's making like pool villas. There's like private pool villas
Must be
in
nice.
Vietnam. So I'm gonna see how he operates. He's trying to open like a TikTok business there too. So he needs my advice and all. So I'm going on a sponsored trip. Yay!
Yay, that's good.
All free
We like free
nail
trips.
salons, pho, and all that. Like buncha.
And then did you say you're going to go to Macau? What are you gonna do in Macau?
I mean, layover maybe.
Oh, your accountant, he texted me yesterday asking
really?
to call.
Why?
Yeah, it was something
You
about
have tax problems?
not problems, but he was like, I need to tell you something.
What?
Yeah.
That's bad. When your tax accountant calls you, that's usually bad.
Is it bad?
Yeah,
okay,
of
I
course
have
it's
to give
bad.
him a call.
Like no news is good news.
Okay, next news.
Yeah, please. Oh my god.
Okay,
Headache.
Culinary Class Wars. We talked about this in
Yeah.
previous lives. Today is going to be the final episode.
Oh yeah.
2 episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's gonna be 2 releasing, and it releases at 4 p.m. in Korea. And I'm watching it with my boyfriend in the evenings until like a party at like 10 p.m.
I'm so
I'm gonna
jealous.
get off Instagram and social media. I don't want any spoilers
Wait.
until then.
Why is everybody watching it with their boyfriend or girlfriend? It's not even like that type of show.
But it's so entertaining. It's just like,
Jin's always like, I gotta go early today, and like that's something new. And what are you doing? It's like
Don't
I
be
gotta
salty,
I gotta
David.
watch Culinary Class Wars with my girlfriend. I'm like, what?
don't be salty. Don't be jealous.
No,
okay?
I'm telling you, he's the type of guy that stays in the office until midnight every single day without exception. And there was this one day he was going home at like 6 p.m. and I was like, what has happened to you? And I'm like, I gotta watch Culinary Class Wars with my girlfriend.
It's important.
What?
It's important.
Did I hear it right?
Thank you, Patrick, for the $5. Depends on the girl. If the girl is some random influencer, that would be disappointing. If it's Sydney Sweeney, I'm giving my boy a high five. Do you know who Sydney Sweeney is?
No.
She's an actress and she has a beautiful body. Anyway, thank you, Patrick. So yeah, Culinary Class Wars tonight. So I can't wait, and
Who do you think's gonna win?
I think that Pulibapia.
Me too.
Oh my god! Do you know what I had? I had a random thought, guys, the other day because I was on TikTok. I was on TikTok, and then I saw a video, a screenshot of Napoli Bapia, and I was like, he kinda reminds me of David.
No. No.
If David had tattoos,
No.
guys, have you seen Napoli Mapia on Culinary Class Wars? He's the one that makes the pasta with like the trash bag pasta. Does that? You have similar eyes. Am I being crazy?
Yes.
No, but
There's
I really
no
see
resemblance.
like you.
You're racist.
You didn't tell
Anna's
us.
racist. RACIST. Racist.
Guys, am I being crazy? But he kind of reminds me of David. Napoli Mapia.
I'm just kidding.
If you had tattoos and like a piercing, you kind of.
I'm gonna make you triggered then.
What?
Like since you brought this up, and it's the same level of
kind of.
it's the same level of non-resemblance. I heard actually from I was actually flattered. I heard from a girl.
Yeah.
I heard from a girl over the weekend that I look like Otani. See, this is the level of non-resemblance you're talking
Oh,
about.
Tani, I would the town, the polymapia. People are saying kind of a little bit.
Nah, you guys are all racist.
But anyway, he's a really good chef. Really, really good chef. And his restaurant is like impossible to book right now in Yongsan. So, yeah, the hottest shows in Korea right now, and apparently some people were like saying, "Oh, it's rigged," or it's like set up because exactly 4 from each group got to the final.
The
4
thing-
white chefs and 4 black chefs. But then the producers came out saying we didn't actually want it to be like that. We thought it would be more exciting if one group dominated over the other, but it just literally happened to be the case that there was like 4 from each.
The thing is, all these shows are pre-planned to some extent.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
the whole concept of the show is like black spoons and white spoons, so they gotta redistribute the slots to some extent. It's not rigging, but I guess it's like more leading.
Yeah.
And especially with like the Pejab version, like
Yeah.
the revival stages,
Yeah.
they are going to consider the ratios, of course.
Yeah.
And conveniently at the last stage, it's like black spoon versus white spoon. So I guess that's what people are occurring to. But if the show's concept is like that, they are going to, rig it to some extent, right?
And apparently China has become aware of this culinary class wars
Oh no!
craze. Your favorite topic.
Why is it my favorite topic?
His favorite topic. So apparently China is saying like, oh, Korean chefs again stealing Chinese food and making it their own. Yeah, they're saying this guy Baek Jong-won, he's like a clown. We have to stop Koreans stealing from China. Remember Tanghuru, they stole from us and claimed it as their own. With this like cooking show, they're all claiming that Chinese food is Korean food, and it's just like, we say 중식, we say Chinese food. They're Chinese food chefs.
We literally say Chinese food.
So it's like,
Like, is it Napoli Mafia then claiming Italian food as Korean? Then?
Yeah, then the Italian should get triggered. 또 연병한다.
I'm just tired.
But I had baratang the other day for basically the first time. I don't really like it, but
I don't like Mara.
yeah, I don't like baratang.
I don't get the hype over Mara.
Yeah,
But so many girls are obsessed over it.
yeah, it's a
It's
very
like the girl
female
food,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've never seen a single guy that likes Mara. Like,
yeah, out
that
of their
much.
own accord.
Yeah.
If they
They
forced to
won't
eat
go
it.
out of your way
Yeah.
to go eat Mara. But
Yeah.
like girls are like, let's go have maratang.
What is
some
mara
reason.
in English?
Mala.
Oh, it's like the spicy Szechuan
Yeah.
spice.
Mala.
Yeah,
Malatang.
that. Yeah. Chinese gonna say kimchi is Chinese again. Yeah.
Go with your pai chai or kimuchi or whatever, your pickled radish or whatever.
Anyway, so there was a firework festival in Seoul over the weekend. Where's the
Yeah,
link?
I got depressed over this.
Why?
Because everybody was there except me
Oh.
with their partners. They were in nice apartment rooms and penthouses and all these places.
But look how apparently 1 million people went to this.
Yeah.
Like I am past the age where I'm like I'm like excited to go to these
Yeah,
things.
it's just
1 million people.
sparkly glitter in the sky.
And you have to like go stand in hours along, like look at how many people there are in the park. And there was a live stream going on off the fireworks. You could literally watch the live stream at home.
I watched it at home with my grandma.
That's much nicer than going to a park and there's gonna be 1 million people that turned up. And like this how many people going back home after the event?
It's crazy.
It's basically gonna be like the Itaewon like crush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that does not excite me. That's not something I want to go to anymore. And people were like pimping out their people were like climbing into like apartment balconies like that they live in,
Yeah.
and just like trying to watch the fireworks from there. People were putting on like Tangan, which is like kind of like Craigslist.
Yeah.
You can come and use our balcony or our bathroom, and they were putting it for hella
Our
money.
bathroom.
yeah. So they're trying to make extra money and stuff, but yeah.
I saw my friends not pimping out, but like I have a Hybe friend, and she brought her whole family that lives in like the countryside
Oh.
to her office because
That's nice.
to her hive office because it has like a high rise and high rise and you can see the fireworks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cute. And then there were other friends that live in Yeouido or near that
Yeah.
area. I could even see it from my home too.
Yeah. I
But
don't understand the big deal.
yeah, I'm just not a big fan of this because I got traumatized personally because I was one of the crowd control police when I was in the military for this. This
Oh.
event has been for forever, and I almost died that day.
How
I'm
do
not
you
even
control
kidding.
people?
You can't control it. It's useless.
And there's so much trash afterwards.
Yeah, I almost died. I'm literally not kidding. I almost got squeezed to death.
Like, that's not a pleasant environment to go. It's
Yeah,
like,
I was like an anchovy, like, you know. I was just being like, oh.
but yet still every year a million people turn up to go to the park and watch this.
Yeah, and then
I'd much rather do it at home.
the most traumatizing thing is like actually a baby was like suffocated
Oh no.
and he passed out when I was there on my watch. Like there was this woman who was trying to protect the baby.
Oh my god,
It was
it's
like
literally
this-
like the Itaewon Crush.
Yeah, there was like this like what do you call it? The electricity pole or whatever. And then the baby she put the baby there because she didn't want him to get squeezed. But then like she was doing whatever she could like to protect him but the crowd was like all pushing and all. And then the baby was like
Oh no, that's
and
scary.
then he fainted. I saw that right in front of my eyes.
Do you know how to perform CPR?
Yeah,
Did learn
of
it at
course.
military?
Every guy knows how to do it.
I don't know how to perform.
Yeah, but then the problem is I couldn't even reach her because I myself was like all that. So
That's insane. Like,
people start screaming like "밀지 마세요," like
oh my god,
you'll
that's
get
terrifying. I do not want to
ASL.
go to that. I went to when I was living in London. You know, for like New Year's Eve, they do fireworks and stuff. It's like going to the fireworks party at Times Square for New Year's Eve. Like, if you want to subject yourself to that, I was on London Bridge, and you know you have to wait literally from like 9 p.m. and it's like London is cold. It's like it was like raining, so everyone's like holding up their umbrellas. You can't even see the fireworks because of all the umbrellas, and it's like there's so many people. And after it's like okay, like the fireworks, it's over. It's like now everyone's like the every entryway is blocked and it's just cold and rainy. And it's just not fun. I was just like after having done that once, I'm like never doing this again. Seriously, never again.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
I mean, I have to admit though, like they were pretty.
The fireworks.
The fireworks
But
were
if there's a
pretty.
live stream, I can just watch it, drinking wine at home.
Yeah, I saw some amazing Insta reels, but I can't find them on the PC right now. But they were pretty, I gotta admit. And it would have been a nice event if I had a girlfriend.
Again, David is lamenting about the fact that. What did you do this weekend? Just work?
Yeah, I was just home scratching my balls. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He's not kidding.
Like, oh yeah.
Oh, he needs
Eating
a
potato chips and like picking my nose.
he needs a nice girl
watching
to
anime.
he needs a nice girl to scratch his balls for him. He's doing it alone. Let's pray for David. Thoughts and prayers.
For a girl to appear and scratch my balls.
Anyway. Oh, okay. I thought this was funny. This I'm gonna have to translate
Okay.
them. Okay, you guys know like about sogaetings. It's like blind dates. People ask their acquaintances, the people around them, like, "Hey, do you have anyone that you can set me up with?" So I read this story on Korean community site, and I'll translate for you guys. But she was like, "Hey, can you guys?" She's talking in like mostly female-dominated forum. She's like, "Can you guys give me some advice? I don't know really what to do. Give me your thoughts." So I'm 24 and I graduated uni, and then I got a job straight away, and she's working. And she's like, when I first started this job, there was like a older 선배 언니, who was kind of like what do you say, 텃세, kind of like intimidating.
This is my ground.
Yeah. You know how like fraternities, they like initiation when new people come in, that kind of thing, like kind of being mean to her. And apparently there were some people that left the job because of this girl. And so she was like, oh, like I feel like I'm kind of getting bullied, but she just kind of kept her head down, kept on working hard. So she said the relationship improved. And she was like, oh, recently I thought our relationship, we got closer and stuff. So I thought it was nice. And then that older girl, she was like, oh, she kept asking me like, who's my type, who's your type? Like, I'll set you up. So she was like, apart, I don't really like look at people's looks by like, if the person has a nice personality and we have the same sense of humor, then I like a nice guy. That's what she said. And then she's like, okay, I have the perfect person for you. And so she introduced her to this guy. And she was like, I didn't really want to go on this date, but she was so persistent. So I just went. And he was 28. And like, if you looked at his like pictures that they sent over, like he was just like a normal looking guy. And apparently she saw him in real life, and the right side of his face was completely covered in like burns.
Oh.
Quasi. Yeah. So it was like almost hard, like he has so many scars and things from the burn. It was like almost hard to like recognize him from that side. And he said he was missing like an ear on that side. He didn't have one ear.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. And so his profile pictures that he sent over, it was like mostly of his left side of his face, and it was like with a hat on. And yeah, so she's like goes on this date, and like this guy is like half of his face is like covered in scars and burns, like he doesn't have an ear. So she's obviously like shocked because they weren't like, she didn't know about it from the pictures, and the girl that set them up didn't say anything.
It's unfortunate, but that's the key point. Like she should have said that first, for real.
Yeah, exactly. You have to let them know about these things.
If it's like a little burn, like it could be, like you could, but if it's like half of his face and he doesn't have an ear, that's kind of essential information, honestly.
Yeah,
like even if you don't look at looks, that is that's not a detail you want to omit.
So she said, but she was obviously taken aback, but she didn't want to be rude. So they had dinner, they even had coffee, and then they just like went their separate ways. And she just kept like consoling him. He was like, oh, I'm like lacking confidence, but she just kept being nice to him throughout the day. But obviously like,
that's nice. Yeah.
But she obviously doesn't want to like date him. Like you can't blame her for that. She doesn't want to like continue dating him. And so she came home.
Hard, yeah.
So she came home, and she was taken aback. She started crying, and then she texted him being like, oh, I'm really sorry, but I don't think we're a good fit. Like I really hope you meet someone nice. And then so she went to work the next day. And then the older girl who set them up, in front of like everyone who was there in the office, she started going off at her, being like, you said you don't look at people's looks, you lied, you're such an evil bitch.
What?
Yeah, how can you like reject a guy because he has scars and burns on his face, and like
she didn't even say that.
Yeah. So she was like, you're like
she's just
superficial.
She's assuming
that's what she said to the girl. She's like, yeah, the guy is super hurt because of you. You were like, you literally said to me, you don't look at people's looks, you lied.
But she was the one that was so persistent and like recommended that person to him and left out the details.
Yeah, she's a bitch. This girl is a bitch. So it's like, now she said that in front of the whole office, so everyone's staring, and now she's like the bad person.
I don't think the office employees would think she's a bad person. Oh, of course, she was framed.
It was a frame. It was a setup. And then all the communities were like, "Oh my god, that fucking, yeah,
really?
she's a fucking bitch." And this is straight up bullying. They were saying like, there's a difference between saying you don't look at people's looks and like when someone is like has a disfigured face, that's like something different, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying this was not okay. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's a hard situation. I feel bad for the guy and the girl, but like the villain here is definitely the
girl,
the
older girl.
You
have to let people know about this sort of thing. Yeah.
In some sense, she maybe she had good intents for her friend, the guy, but like in some sense, she used him too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I believe that girl 100% knew that this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
This was not like an innocent setup.
Yeah.
No.
So that's kind of painful. I can't imagine what, a person with like a half-burned face would go through, like without an ear too.
Yeah.
Like, it would be so hard to date. So
you can't really.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I just want to believe in good. So maybe the older girl was just like so disappointed. Like finally she found someone to like go out with the guy, but then like he got rejected. So she was jumping to conclusions and such. But
it's like setting up someone with without telling them like, oh, they have like a wooden leg or something like this, you know.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those reels. Like you go on a blind date and the person's in a wheelchair or they're blind or something like that. Yeah, and a lot of people just stand up and go.
Yeah.
But this person had the basic manners and the decency to like hang out with the person until the end, and she was even nice to him.
Yeah.
And the way she rejected, you said like, "Oh, you're just not my style, right? Or we don't fit."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy madness. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I once had a a person with like, what do you call it? Hearing problems.
Oh, really?
Like,
How did you like sign language?
have interest in me. Yeah.
So she should communicate.
No. She just had like a mild hearing problem. Like one of her ears were like not very well functioning and stuff. It was a eye-opening experience, I guess.
And I heard a lot of deaf people just learn to lip read. They become expert at lip reading. So they just like watch your mouth and like just decipher what you're saying through lip reading, that's a skill.
Must be so hard.
Yeah. But I'd much rather be deaf than blind.
Yeah.
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 With deaf, you can still kind of get by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard, off topic, but I heard Elon Musk's new project with the Neuralink and stuff. In like a few years, it might cure blindness. Because like they know how to trigger the electric, signals that lead to your like eye vision and all that. So, whatever. I saw that. Yeah.
Anyway, you brought this next news.
Oh yeah, this is the biggest news. This is currently the biggest news in Korea.
About it.
So, yeah, it's so funny. Wait a sec. I need to go into my own Kakao Talk. Oh shit. Let's see.
So, ex-president's daughter investigated for drunk driving incident. So, Moon Jae-in.
Yeah, of course, political news is going to be the biggest news in Korea because everybody's just like hates politicians and stuff. And my grandpa is rooting for this ex-president to go to jail every single day in the morning. It's like her prayer. But something finally happened. Something misfortune finally happened on their side. So the ex-president's daughter investigated for drunk driving accident. So ex-president is Moon Jae-in. He's from the Democratic Party, Minjudang. And he's now retired. He's at his cottage home. But this is his daughter. And her name is Moon Dae, and she was found like severely drunk, and then she was in the Itaewon Crossway, and then she was not supposed to take she was only able to do a right turn, but she did a left turn at a crosswalk. That's already illegal. But then she went and collided with the car. Oh. And she was like obviously drunk, and because of that, and like the bigger problem is like of course. She almost like she actually caused a casualty. Like she also collided into a car. But the situation that escalated this issue is the ex-president, among his comments, he was very strict against drunk driving, and he was the one that actually said drunk driving is like murder. He said that with his own words, that's his own quote, and his daughter did this. So all the the conservatives are coming at him right now. Like, you were the one who said, drunk driving is potential murder. So your daughter is like a potential murderer. Send her to jail. We need to investigate her fully. And then actually, because she was like the ex-president's daughter, the collision and the DUI was the fact that got spotlighted and reported, but then the reporters or someone else did like extra digging because they wanted to dig extra dirt on it, and they followed their path, and they found out that she did the illegal left turn, and so like her supporters and the Democratic Party supporters are crazy too, because some of them are claiming that this is framed because like people are digging up extra stuff that doesn't they're following their trail and digging up CCTV footage to like bury her and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's very messy right now.
I mean, properly investigated, I'm all for it. No powerful or like ex-powerful connections. They shouldn't get off lightly just because their father was the ex-president.
Of course.
Investigate everybody properly.
Yeah. So my grandma right now is like, ha! Like, ha!
My dad does not like Moon Jae-in either.
Nobody likes Moon Jae-in, to be honest. Like, I'll be fair with you. Like, even the Democrats don't like Moon Jae-in now. Yeah. Because he effed up our economy for sure. Yeah. Like he's the culprit of raising all the house prices. Yeah. The massive inflation and all those public service workers that are now like, we have an inflation of public service workers and nobody wants to be them anymore. And he made like artificial employment and all that. I could go on for ages. I hate Moon Jae-in too. Because I'm not I'm not able to buy a house because of him.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's the thing.
And then on his side, people say, "Oh, it was a global thing. Inflation was like big, massive, anyways, universally." No, but like if you know the ins and outs of his policies, he did a lot of attempts to actually contain the housing price, but it made like these weird loopholes for people in the middle class. It just made the housing prices skyrocket because he like kind of regulated on like the, what do you call it, the loans and all of that. But then middle class people weren't able to get loans. The richer people were getting loans, and they were like speculating and all that.
Yeah.
And then he made like 3 or 4 amendments on those like housing prices, but every time he did it, it just made it worse. So that's like
So we're
incompetence.
screwed. Is that basically what's happening?
Anyways, I don't like Moon Jae-in.
Yeah, nobody does.
I don't like Moon Jae-in, but like it's an independent event, of course. But like his daughter, like doing that, like DUI is
That is funny.
It's very very severely, taken very severely seriously.
And of course, all the comments on this is about Sugar.
Is it?
Yeah. Korea should slander
How?
her like they did Sugar. BTS Sugar's drunk scooter versus first daughter driving.
Well, I can firmly tell you on this one, like she is getting slandered like a lot.
Yeah,
I
so
think,
don't worry.
I think more than Sugar.
Yeah, more than Sugar.
Yeah, because like this guy is like the most hated, like 50% of the whole country, I think even 60 to 70% hate this guy to the bone. You know? So like even my grandma at home is like, of course it's like a misfortune, it's a mishap, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing that happened. There were no casualties, but she's like, finally, we gotta put this guy into jail. Like, hang her up in like the witch hunt thing, and like we need to get her into jail. And like Kim Ho Jung's in jail because of the DUI. She needs to face a life sentence and all that. So like,
don't worry, like people are like going in.
Yeah. Don't worry. Like,
she's not gonna get off lightly.
She is not gonna get off lightly, for sure. Yeah. Why bring up Sugar? Because Anna just read the comment. The first
comments
comment
on Korea Herald is all about Sugar.
Yeah,
the most liked ones.
Yeah. So there you go. There it is over there.
Okay.
It's talking about Yoongi and Sugar over here. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. I think we can talk about this.
What's that?
This was an article I saw on Reddit. 84% of women think the childbirth is a loss for them.
I can see why.
I mean, yes, it's basically true.
Yeah. Like biologically and also career-wise and all that.
Yeah. And then I thought the comments on here were interesting on Reddit. So, as a woman who has had 2 children who are now adults and I love them dearly, I have to agree. I sacrificed pretty much everything to have them and raise them well, and both of them understand it, even though I never said it to them, because both of them don't want to have children for the same reason. And you know what? I am completely okay with that. My body and health deteriorated, my career was sidetracked and permanently negatively impacted, my marriage suffered because of sleep deprivation and the demands of children. Everything was a loss except my 2 kids, who I am proud to say are wonderful, beautiful, and successful women. So she's obviously saying like, oh, I love the fact that they've become these great people, but it is a huge, you don't live your life for yourself anymore, you live for your children, which is basically true. When I see my cousin doing yoga, like looking after her kids, I'm just like, it's like, you're superwoman, I don't understand. I wish people spoke this honestly. Having kids is a sacrifice, but women are taught it's the best thing ever. It might be for some, but for those that can't deal with this many changes in life, they should be allowed to live child-free in peace. This is why, like, we talked so many about like Korea's birth rate, blah, 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 but it's just like, now people are just saying like, we have a choice to not have it if we don't want to. And this is like this is not just a Korean thing.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah, it's
people
just a worldwide thing.
Babies.
Yeah. If you could go back in time to a point where you have a choice to have children or not have children, what would you choose? And this person says, I would choose not to be honest. Oh God, this is so terrifying. It doesn't mean I don't love my children or that I'm not devoted to them. It doesn't mean I wish they didn't exist. It just means if I knew then what I know now, I very may well have decided differently. And my cousin actually says the same thing to me. To be 100% honest, I didn't want to have my own children in the first place. I wanted to adopt because I felt like there were too many kids who needed a good home and a loving family. But my husband wanted his own children. I should have listened to my own voice in retrospect. I thought making him happy was most important. That was immature of me. I'm older now and I've learned a lot about listening to, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, so there was like a bunch of people like really speaking candidly about whether they're happy with having kids or not. And I honestly find these sorts of chats like I really appreciate people saying their side, you know. Because I mean, of course, having children is hard. I can see firsthand from like my nieces and nephews. Like it's just constant work. But it's just like once you have them, though, there's like you can't return them. So it's like permanent
For
change.
sure.
Yeah. And then obviously you have some other comments who are saying, "Oh no, but of course it's hard. You have to sacrifice everything, but the joy I get back is worth 1,000 sacrifices. I have no regrets, and I look forward to having at least one more child. But I live in the U.S. where social economic structures make it easier to raise a child into a successful adult life. Maybe in Korea it's harder. Blah blah blah." So yeah. What do you guys think?
Well,
Is having
84% of women think childbirth
in Korea,
is a loss.
yeah,
So
84% of women think
plain
childbirth is a
statistics.
loss.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I can understand. Yeah,
of course.
and that's one of the factors that's driving the low birth rate.
Yeah, someone says, why do women want a kid now? Apart from the biological urge, what's the benefit? We already don't have enough money and we will have even less with a child. Women are burdened with almost all aspects of having the children, from childbirth, childcare, and everything in between. People are realizing they don't have to have a kid, and society has just forced women into thinking that they have to do it for
No, I don't
centuries.
think the society forces them. Like, I think genuinely some people think children are like the biggest joy of their life. Like that's like the happiest factor, like the genuine happiness. Yeah, I've heard from a lot of married couples that even despite all the hardships and stuff, it all gets compensated when they just look at their kid. So, yeah, I think that's just a different perspective. I don't think like anybody's forcing you to have kids nowadays. It's not like we're in like the agriculture era where we need extra labor to go on like harvest the crops or whatever. But yeah, like the statistics are showing nobody's having babies anymore. So
Yeah.
nobody's like actually forcing people to have babies. I mean, we might be like fostering them too, like we're giving
Yeah.
out funds and like free education and all that, kindergarten, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. This is like a one of my thoughts these days. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Now
Korea's
we're
F
at
for
that
sure.
age.
Korea's
Yeah.
F for sure. Like I understand the sentiment, but the result, the outcome of that thinking, and also on the guy side, like there's so much. This is like a majority. Like I'm not talking about incels. Like on YouTube, there's so much like skits or I guess like advice from men that have already been married, and they're like they're always funnily saying like, if you're thinking about marriage, think again. You really want to think this. You want to get married as old as possible. Like your life changes when you get married. It's not like your life is controlled by your wife. You don't have any freedom. You only get allowance money, and once you get a kid, then you don't have your own individual life or whatever. So all these minds and like streams of thoughts, they're all colliding, and then the economy, all that combined, we're not having babies, nobody's getting married, and we're gonna dry out. Korea is gonna get extinct. And
Look at this comment. If I was Korean, I wouldn't risk motherhood as a woman either, unless the man was exorbitantly wealthy. Domestic abuse and terrible men are so common and hard to identify before marriage. A child can literally be a ball and chain to a woman in a terrible relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I still feel like, the domestic abuse and terrible men, like some people say that about, I feel like because of like stuff like Burning Sun and like the Telegram, and they still have this like image. It's like, oh, all Korean men are like this, which is, I guess, like I said, it's tiring to me. It's like saying because of Diddygate and like Epstein and all this stuff, then all American men are like that. It's like that's what the kind of thing that annoys me.
there will be people like that.
That
on
does
the
annoy
internet.
me, because I'm sure you guys in the chat, I don't know, like, but so many people in America are like happy relationship and happy couple relationships, and
Yeah.
you have significant others. It's just like, just because of like the stuff that you see in the news, it's like literally Koreans assuming because of Epstein, Diddygate, it's like, oh, all Americans are trash and they're all pedos, and it's just this thing I don't like. And like, when I had the whole TikTok thing being like, people telling me like, oh, you should not trust your own dad and your brother, they could be like, wanting to grape you secretly. I was just like,
It's just Korea getting spotlight. Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason these people are exposed to Korean men abuse cases is because they follow the Korea Herald.
Yeah.
They don't follow the Hungarian Herald or
Yeah.
the Scandinavian Times or
Yeah.
whatever. They follow the Korean Herald, the Korea Times, subscribe to KPCs,
Yeah.
watch K-pop, M Countdown, K-dramas.
And because we discuss these sorts of topics all the time, because that's like what's in the news and it's the most like what people are like interested in.
Yeah.
You know, you're not gonna get news articles about, oh, this guy is like happily in love with his wife.
Yeah.
And that's nobody cares about this, you know?
Yeah, these people should follow the Venezuelan Times or whatever, and go comment over there. Oh, Venezuelan men are all like abusers and whatever.
Although I do admit, like, I really think those foreign girls living in Korea are going to have a different dating experience with Korean men compared to a person like me, a Korean woman who can speak fully Korean, just dating other Korean guys. I'm going to have a different dating experience, for sure. I'm sorry to say, but it's like for sure. You know, it's like even when I lived in the UK, right? I was a foreigner. Why?
No, go on.
Why are you highlighting?
No.
I am scary.
China Mi Hyung says like, am I scary? Yeah.
Yeah, when I was living in London, I was still technically a foreigner, even though London is like super mixed, like it's like New York, it's super multicultural. But I still feel like this is not like, I'm not like the national here. You know, I'm still a foreigner. I'm still like a Korean girl living in the UK.
Yeah.
I'm not like I don't belong here technically. So it's just like whenever you try dating there, I always do feel, sometimes I felt like, do people like view me as like exotic, you know, this kind of thing? And I'm sure those foreigner girls living in Korea also have that same feeling. So I can understand to how that feels. But whereas me, a Korean person living in Korea, I'm just like I'm like a national here. You know, I'm like one of those homogenous, I'm one of the national Korean people here, and I can fully converse with guys in Korean. So for me, it's just going to be they're just going to view me as like, oh, like a girl to date, rather than like, oh, an exotic person that's like from a different country to date. It's a different experience for me.
Yeah.
And obviously, like I said, I don't meet guys clubbing in Hongdae. I don't.
Yeah.
So I meet, the guys that I meet, they're like super decent. They're not like these incel guys. Right. So when people are like saying, Anna, you're completely delusional, like there's so many like burnings on Telegram, and like you're like it's going to happen to you, just wait. Like literally had someone say that to me. It's going to happen to you, just wait. I was just like, oh my god.
They're waiting for their I told you moment.
Yeah, literally they're waiting for the I told you moment. I'm just like, you're so evil, first of all, for saying that.
Exactly.
You're fucking weird for saying that. But also, like,
Most of those people don't have profile pictures, and they're probably, anonymous accounts, and like, they've never met a guy before, or.
But what can I say? Like, yeah, maybe, like, haven't been exposed to those terrible guys. I'm very blessed for that, right? But I also I look out for myself. Like, I already know, like, I don't like go into those environments and like look out for guys in those kind of environments. And I'm sorry, those like the Burning Sun guys and the Telegram guys, they're incels. I'm telling you, the successful, good working, hardworking guys, they don't genuinely have time to be making deep fakes of women. They literally spend their time doing other things.
They have their own freaky and bad criminal realms over there too.
But there are plenty of decent, normal Korean guys. Is my point. It's just like whenever I get told like, oh, but like you call all Korean guys, it's gonna be like Burning Sun and Telegram. I'm just like, I get exhausted like over and over again, like explaining this.
And then people will be saying like, why are you defending men? You're a woman.
Yeah, you're such a pick me, Anna. Oh.
I know where this all spirals into. Like, it's the same narrative over and over again. Like, I get like exhausted.
But could that be the opposite? You can be like, oh, like, when men think all women are gold diggers and just like bimbos, nothing going on.
Those people should fight with each other and like let the happy people just live their own lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how society is, honestly, when I observe it. The happy people are just dating amongst themselves, and these incels and like, I guess like radical feminists and all of them are just fighting amongst each other. They're shadow boxing on the internet. So let them do that. I guess they do that for a living, right?
And literally my dad, like when people were telling me like, oh, your dad, you never know what's going on, like blah blah. My dad, his job, he's 공기업. So he's like the most like straight edge, like most sensible, like does nothing against the law. He works for the government. So he will never do anything that's like against the law. He's so like sensible. I had a good he's just the most hardworking, like most honest, most transparent man. So, and like it's just that's what I grew up seeing. I don't believe everyone is like inherently evil, and all I see on TikTok is like, oh, I'd rather choose the bear over the man. It's like I understand some people have had like traumatic experiences that led them saying that, but I also believe in the good in people as well, and like not everybody is like that, you know.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was basically all the news.
Oh my gosh. And maybe you do the last one because people were asking for next news, so maybe this last one. Let's refresh and then.
It's the lighthearted, maybe the the Miss Korea thing.
Yeah.
So, 80-year-old contestant was chosen as the best dressed in this year's Miss Universe Korea on Monday, having just missed the chance to become the oldest member of the Miss Universe competition. She turns 81 this month. She fell short of the ultimate crown in the event, but her admirable efforts won her the consolation prize of best dressed in the contest.
Oh, she looks like the person from Devil Wears Prada.
She looks like Miranda Priestley.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's a slay. Like, this is how I felt when I met the Korean seniors, the males.
And I like that she has like a relatively natural face. She doesn't have like done fillers and Botox and all those. Yeah.
She's in phenomenal shape for 81.
I guess. Yeah,
she has like
slim.
you can see her delts. Like you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in phenomenal shape for 81.
Her spine is very straight.
Yeah, she looks
for
very
an old
classy,
person. Yeah.
and I mean, I'm sure like they gave her this prize because it's also like good PR for them as well.
Yeah.
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 The
They
organization
need an image change. I mean, I don't know about Miss Universe, but Miss Korea needs a whole revolution.
I mean, all beauty pageants in general is like kind of like what's the point
it's
of
like
them
an
now?
outdated thing.
Yeah, really outdated.
But I think that would be good if they kind of like, renovated the whole thing. But
Like you said, like the last one of the things that we were going to talk about is like that question that they asked, like if there was a deep fake made of you and it was like way more attractive than you, what would you do to bridge that gap between you and the deep fake? It was just like, is this real? Is this a real question? What is genuinely? What is the point of these beauty pageants? I don't understand. Yeah, I don't get it.
Yep.
Dumb AF. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was all the news for today.
Yes.
I mean, I'm kind of exhausted. I don't know why. It was the nature of the news. Like, first of all, we had Taeil and all those, like, Diddygate and all the, like, weird talk. But
I'm getting anxious about the accountant thing now that you said I need to call him now.
It's probably nothing. I was just kidding.
I hope it's nothing.
Yeah. But I'm just going to go out and see who I can go with the Coldplay, the concert.
You have 6 months still.
Yeah, but I'm kind of effed right now because like I have so many like branded deals I need to like obligate to.
That's good though.
No, it's not good. like I have a contract and I didn't know because like I'm that kind of person who like just stockpiles all the paid stuff that comes in and I'm like I'll do it without thinking, and then now it's a deadline and I have like 4 things to have to do at once.
Yeah.
And I don't have time, so I'm like, oh, I'm done. Like, so yeah,
Okay.
that's gonna be my week. And we're
Join next week.
she's gonna go for another lunch meeting.
Yeah.
I'll probably go for lunch with Sangwoo. And I think I missed some super chats. Sorry, some people were pointing out. Oh hell no, David is better looking.
Oh, that was after the.
Thank you, doll baby. Oh, better looking than Otani? Okay, thank you. Rachel, thank you for the 5. Thank you, doll baby, for the 10 pizza. Are you and Anna going to NY next year? Since SC is too far, let's meet halfway in NY. Wishing you both the best.
Have no plans, but I mean, I always like going to NY, but it's expensive.
It's expensive.
New York is expensive
Yeah.
to stay.
Yeah.
The accommodation of everything else is expensive. Yeah.
I might go if my friend. I've asked my friend beforehand. He works in Deloitte, and he gets like free sponsored tickets for the U.S. Open. So if he gets a hand on 2 of them, and if he has a spot for me, I might go to New York. But if that's not the occasion, I don't have any reason.
Does he live in New York?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he literally lives in Harlem. Yeah, but I heard it's not such a bad place. Yeah.
Is Harlem scary?
That's what we hear from the
That's what we
media,
hear,
right?
yeah.
But like,
It might
he
be
lives
different.
literally in the middle of Harlem, and he said like it's a cheap area, it's good and affordable. Like I like
It's
it.
probably like the media, what we see in the media
Yeah,
reflected
yeah.
of Harlem is probably
Yeah,
scary,
yeah,
but yeah, people still live there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, he's like, you can stay at my place, and I was like, where is it? He's like, Harlem. Oh, Oh, okay.
I imagine like the Joker. Apparently, the Joker 2 movie is terrible. The
Yeah,
Lady
yeah, yeah,
Gaga.
yeah. I've heard so many
It just
stuff.
got canned in the
Yeah, people
critics.
are like, do not waste your time.
Yeah,
Do not
it's
waste
a
your
musical
money.
movie.
Yeah,
They just sing.
yeah.
They should have just left it at the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so when I imagine Harlem, that's what I imagine. Like that.
the only thing I know about Harlem is the Harlem Shake. The beep, 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 beep. You know that EDM thing?
Well, people are saying Harlem is nice. Harlem is not scary.
Good sushi.
Okay, what part of New York is scary then? Is it
Just
not-
probably wandering around at night in any
just
place.
yeah,
in
wandering
general.
at night is dodgy, but isn't there another neighborhood that's meant to be quite scary? in New
I
York?
got I got scolded by PD, like form of therapy. When I was in during KCON, I was walking from the something center, like the AT&T Center or whatever, like this big place, and to my hotel, all the way to Madison Square Garden, and it was like I guess like a 40-minute walk or something, and it was like 10 p.m.
And you walked home.
Yeah.
That's scary.
I thought it was Korea, and then PD was like, "What took you so long?" I was like, "I don't want to waste like taxi fees or whatever, and take
But
this."
40-minute
the
walk home
subway.
at night.
And then he was like, "Are you fucking crazy?"
that is crazy.
He literally said, "Are you fucking crazy? This is not Korea, dude."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Chill."
You could have gotten killed or mugged or something.
It was a nice walk. I saw all these like pizza parlors, and I saw like the neon signs. It was nice, and like, "You are fucking crazy." And I was like,
Yeah, why do you even take the subway?
I don't know. I just wanted to look. I was a tourist. I wanted
Yeah,
to
that
look
was
at
insane.
the night, you know.
That was insane.
I roamed around the whole place, like the Dumbo Bridge and like the Brooklyn, all that.
Okay, but at least
night,
walking
yeah.
around is New York is still better. If you can't walk around for 40 minutes in LA, that's madness. That's
I
actually
did that in LA too.
No, that's madness.
But then there was like this huge tunnel full of homeless people,
Yeah,
and then I was
you
kind of
can't do that
scared,
in
so
LA.
I didn't do that.
No,
Yeah,
and like nobody walks in LA. Nobody. I stayed in when I went to LA. I stayed in K Town and I stayed in a hotel. I was like, looking on Google Maps, like, the nearest place I wanted to go for like pastries or whatever. I was like 20-minute walk away. I was like, I walk that all the time in London. I tried, and like people see me on the sidewalk from their cars, and they're just like, what is this girl doing? Why is she walking? That's how I felt. Nobody walks in LA. I felt really out of place.
I had nothing on me anyway, so.
People are saying Bronx is the worst part of NYC.
Yeah, I did a lot of ignorant stuff when I was in the US, like going to the desert all by myself with a car, and like getting stranded in the quicksand and stuff, and you know, like so. I did a lot of stupid shit.
This is not. It ain't Korea for sure. It ain't Korea.
Yeah.
And
I
you-
recently saw a movie where someone goes to the outback, and then there's like the serial killer, and then he lives in a hut, and then he kidnaps people and puts them in his den, and like that was scary. So
Okay.
just saying.
Yeah, I have to go to my
Okay,
lunch.
go.
Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
you go first. I'll do my Piroso ad.
Okay,
and
bye-bye.
I just said